What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 133 of the podcast. You know who you are. Cool. Fuck you. I'm just saying. You know who you are. just put it out there.
Move on.
No, I'm not moving it on.
Not moving on, man. For that. Just let him have his moment.
Yeah, let me have my fucking moment. Since you posted that earlier this week, I was like, this motherfucker.
One fucking comment.
Sin took that personally.
Yeah, a little bit personally. Then now the comment's gonna be like, he's not even looking at the camera. You're right, because I'm hosting the show. I'm doing other shit. I'm making sure I pulled up Jack.
Next show, Sin's only gonna look at the camera.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna deadpan,
be constant, just like dead straight on it.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, welcome everybody. Episode 133. We do have a full crew. We've still got some new faces. Right above me, right up here. You will notice Tony. What is going on, Tony?
What's up, man? Hi, everybody.
I guess I should say, hey, Tony.
I'm okay with
five Y's.
That's the proper way of saying it. With 5 fucking Y's.
He's gonna get real tired of that. Hey, Tony.
He's so tired of. He's walking away. He's like, "Fucking, I'm not even gonna be on the show no more. Fuck this shit. I'm done. I can't deal with this shit no more." Oh man. And then obviously we got Scruffy. What's going on, Scruffy? He's back. How are you?
What's going on, y'all?
Yep. And then the OG, the old man himself, the grumpy grumpster. No, I'm just kidding.
You're older than me. What do you mean?
not by looks. They don't know. Actually, I don't know, man. I've got a lot of gray in my beard lately. I don't know if y'all saw that shit. Yeah. I got a lot of fucking gray in my beard, dude. I'm starting to gray out.
It's the kids, man. So yeah. You gotta stop having them, man.
I think it's you fuckers.
Get them out
I don't
of
think
there.
It's the fucking kids at all. I think it's you.
I mean, possibly.
Oh, man. All right. Well, you guys ready? It's gonna be an exciting show. We got a lot to talk about. We're going over Gamescom. Big news there. We've got the Future Game Show that also happened. I will go ahead and let everybody know, like, you know, we are playing. Multiple people on the show, myself, Tony, Bill, are all playing Black Myth Wukong. We are going to maybe just touch a little bit on it, but really we're to save that for next week when Bill's here, so we can go a little bit more in depth with it. But other than that, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. New games, new updates to games, some old games that got fucking some weird modes that are just not very good. But yeah, it's gonna be a good show. Good show. You guys excited? You guys ready?
Very.
Ready, excited?
I'm
Okay,
here
awesome.
for it.
Well, hopefully you are joining us live. By the way, I forgot to. I probably should plug the show. Like, hey, like if this is your first time here, I haven't been doing that recently. I apologize. But if this is your first time here, what the fuck? You're late. You got 132 other episodes. Go check us out on Spotify or other podcasting apps. You can go there and listen to us. But we also do this live. So if you are listening to this post Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, we do it live at 10:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and on Twitch right here on the pre-patch channel. So we've got chat pulled up. That's what I was doing. I got you guys over here so we can interact with you. You guys can call us dumbasses if you'd like. And, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But if you pop in here and you know who you're talking about and you give me the hums, I mean, you're going to have some problems. I'm just letting you know. I'm not going to let it down. I'm not going to let that go.
Ooh, so, kill him.
Yeah, absolutely. I need Tony's soundboard. Get him. Shots fired. Whatever it is that Tony does. So,
damn right.
All that good stuff. All right. Let's get into some video games. We're going to start off with Scruffy. You're playing something called The Last Hero of Nostalgia? Yeah?
That is correct. Yeah.
All right. So, what is The Last Hero of Nostalgia?
So, it would actually been really cool if Bill was here, but this is yet another Souls-esque game. But this one's kind of got a comedic take on it, as if you are watching the gameplay right now, you play as a stick figure, quite literally.
Oh, I thought that was a graphical issue.
No, you quite literally play as a stick figure, going through a world. As far as I know, I don't know too much of the story, but the world is being like degraded into like pixels, and everything that's like high resolution is like slowly trickling down, and everyone's fading away. So like you're the last hero, you're trying to save the world from, you know, just being pixelated and gone. And it's got a very comedic take on being like a Souls. Like, it kind of makes fun of them in ways. The narrator is very satirical. He takes jabs at you. You know, he's like always like, you can't do this. You're just a stick man. You have no fight in you or anything. You know, he's just like always. He's your biggest enemy pretty much. But the game's actually really cool. I really like the design of it. It gives me more of like, maybe kind of like Bloodborne, if you're gonna compare it to any Souls. Like, I was getting people in the chat being like, "What is this, Elden Ring from Temu or Temu, or is this like Bloodborne?"
Wish.com Elden Ring.
Yeah, man. I mean, kind of, but you know, it's actually a lot of fun. It's really a cool game, and I finally picked it up because it went on sale just not too long ago.
It's on deep sale. It's like $7.49.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
like, yeah. This is the time to finally pick it up. It's cool, man, and it's got like some depth to it too. It's got like different classes you can play.
Bro, you died to those intro guys. Wow,
That's crazy.
It has been a minute since I've played a Souls. Like, I will.
I don't even play Souls likes, and I didn't die to those guys, bro. What?
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing, bro?
I'm big noob when it comes to Souls likes. At the moment, it's like I said, it's been a while. Last one I probably actually played was. It might have been Bloodborne, except for that one me and you sit and played, the No Rest for the Wicked. But yeah, man, it's just an interesting game. I love these kind of like games where like they take, you know, the typical genre, but they kind of put their own twist on it and like do something different. So it's a fun artistic style to it.
Made by the developers Over the Moon, and they have made couple games. Actually, they started back in 2014 making games, and it was the Fall Part 2, Genre Benders Bundle, Coat Sync, and now this. So interesting.
That really rings a bell too much, but
no, okay, like. Does your hitbox change? Like, because you're a stick figure, like, do you have a smaller hitbox, or is that not?
No, I because you do like equip armor later on. I think you just have like one hitbox. It doesn't actually like, it's bigger than what you're seeing with the stick figure right now. Because like once you put armor on, then you can kind of see if you skip a little ahead, you can see I put some armor on later on. So feel free to do that. You get a little bit of an idea of like, this is just the intro, and I'm just like taking my time in it. Obviously, dying too.
And so
one of the most important questions from me is, can you parry? I see you got a shield there.
Yeah, I believe you can. I just suck at parrying in anything, so I just spam roll is like my go-to in Dark Souls games.
Pretty sure you can. You know, I think if I remember correctly,
there's like a block, and I think it could like stagger. You know, something of a parry. You know.
And the principle here is that you are that the whole world around you is deteriorating into like these pixels or
pixels,
yeah, whatever.
Yes. Yep.
And
exactly, yeah,
it's going from a 3D world to a pixelated like 2D world essentially.
Exactly, and the game's got like what you want to call like the campfire system. I can't quite remember what they call
bonfires.
Bonfire. Thank you, Steve. And when you do activate one, it actually is pretty cool. It literally turns everything around you into like, you know, like 4K graphics, you know, like high texture graphics compared to like the pixels that you're seeing now. So like you're kind of like bringing life back to the world through that means. And also when it comes to like your weapons, I thought this was a kind of a cool but interesting feature I've never seen before, is like most of your weapons and most of your armor has traits attached to them but have been forgotten. They call it like forgotten aspects or armor or something. And when you go to certain parts of the worlds, they will start to like tremble and shake, and that means you're in an area where they can be remembered, and then bring them back to life, and then you get more traits and like affixes to your equipment to give them like more damage or stat boost or whatever, you know. So I think that's a really cool feature too. It's just like it makes you want to kind of like explore around, because you might be able to find like extra bonuses to like your weapons or armor in that aspect.
Yeah. Are there different like builds? Like, are you able to like level up your character to get different builds and things like that?
There's your typical like stats list where you have like strength, dexterity, agility, vitality. Then you have source, which is your magic. Going off memory here, I think there's one more. And then in the very beginning, you can also pick like a starter class. So I think I picked the revolutionist or something, and I'm something of like a sword and board, like your typical fighter. There's a paladin, a barbarian, and a rogue, and then a magic user.
It's a Dadadin.
So basically Elden Ring and Dark Souls. Yeah,
exactly. Okay. Yeah. So they got that system still and everything. So yeah, man.
Cool. Well, there you go.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's
Last
unique.
Hero of Nostalgia, again made by the Moon.
The last question I have is how far up did you put your endowment slider for your customization?
What? Oh, all the way.
Wait, what? There's an endowment slider. So, you make your stick.
There's a character customization at the start.
I don't actually remember, but if you go back to the character customization in the very beginning, it's hilarious because they give you all these sliders where it's like
it's got a ton of sliders, but it does nothing.
Everything, and it doesn't absolutely jack. Wow. Stick figure. There's no customization.
It's fucking hilarious.
It perfectly because my cam was kind of blocking it, which I hadn't realized at the time. But you can see I'm sliding everything. It just does nothing.
It would be hilarious if it made your stick bigger, because I mean the whole endowment. Oh yeah, there it is. Jaw width, eye width. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's
tattoos, hairstyle.
So I wonder though if what would be even more hilarious is at the very end you defeat everybody, you beat the game. And then
it shows you your actual customization.
It's your character.
Yeah. They should, dude. They really should.
That would be pretty good, dude. So that's funny. Huh. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Well, there you go. Well, last Hero of Nostalgia actually has a demo right now that you can go and download right on Steam.
And a very big sale. Like we said, it's 70% off, $750 USD right now.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Good deal.
And they even have their the Rise of Evil DLC, and you can get it for $11. So both of them together for $11.
Oh yeah, actually I did buy that.
Crazy.
I bought the
and it has online co-op.
It does. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Well, it has the invading feature and co-op.
Oh,
feature,
I'm in. If I can ruin someone's fucking day, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, man.
I am in. So I'm waiting for them to add that into Black Myth Wukong, where I can just bring my Shaolin monkey style to your fucking whatever stick style you're gonna play. Anyway, all right. So yeah, that is last Hero of Nostalgia. Moving on, I've played some games, and we're gonna start off with an update to a game that actually has been out. I got some praise, got some hate. I don't know. I mean, it seems to be in an okay spot now, and kind of everything is evened out. But we are talking about Hunt Showdown. What is it? 1896? Is that what the fuck? Hold on, I need to make sure because they changed it. Yeah, 1896. Hunt Showdown 1896. Okay. I have talked about the Hunt before. I have played the Hunt before. Tony, I think if I'm not mistaken, you play the Hunt, right? Or have played the Hunt?
And you've played it. I've played a couple of with you.
Yeah. So, the Hunt's been out for a while, and it's had its, fair share of ups and downs with its community, but it really has kind of over the years garnered a pretty big following. And then they have been talking about this new update that was going to come out. And it was basically an overhaul of the engine. It was going to be releasing new maps and all this other kind of stuff. And everybody was clamoring, right? Everybody was kind of expecting what it was going to be. They were talking about it, and it was all over the place.
You just shot that horse.
Well, yeah, it makes fucking noise and alerts everybody else around you. So, and I guess if you're unfamiliar with what the Hunt Showdown is from a long time ago, this is a
calling Peta.
It's an
yeah. The horse makes noise and everything, so I'm just gonna shoot it and make the most amount of noise
and make more noise, right? Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I don't judge y'all for how you play your fucking video games. Don't judge me how I'm playing mine. Okay. Anyway, this is a extraction style shooter where you load in with roughly anywhere between, I would say, 10 to maybe 12 total teams, 2 to 3 people on a team, and your goal is to go and banish these bosses, right? You're in the Old West. There is zombies and all this other kind of shit all over the place. You go to find these clues. It'll tell you on the map where you are to go and banish or defeat the big bad guy. He has a bounty. You get the bounty, you get out, right? And there's only a few extraction points on the map. They did an update. Brand new map, brand new bosses, new guns, new interface, graphical updates, and everybody right now it's sitting at mostly negative with 13,000 reviews recently. Yeah, it's crazy. I think a big part of that is because they had some issue where, like, when it did launch, people weren't getting the stuff that they were buying and it wasn't showing up. I also think that honestly, that they made the game a little bit more accessible to people, and the hardcore fan base is kind of like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that? The game was perfect as it was, but as someone that is still newer to the game and coming to it, like, and right here I'm playing with my son, I actually kind of enjoyed the little bit more, I don't want to say dumbed down approach, but a little bit more, not as much of a wall, because you don't have like.
So what if they tweaked? Like,
yeah, so they used to have like a lot of different like abilities that were kind of hard to understand. They had weapons that you really kind of had to know exactly what they did, or you would be like these mosquito bombs, or like these one things that were like almost acted like a recon drone that you could use. Again, I don't know if those are still in there or not, but they really it seems like, again, a lot of the weapons are more user friendly. It's not as overimposing, and please, dear God, the hunt community, don't come after me if I'm completely wrong. I'm just telling you from a newcomer's perspective. Like, I have played a couple matches of it and enjoyed it a lot more than kind of what I was enjoying before, because I felt like there was such this huge learning curve that I just could not kind of really get over. They also have the thing where, like, your hunters, right, are you go in with your hunter, you level them up. If you die, then you lose that hunter. They have now some mechanics that allow you to get that hunter back, and make that a little bit easier. So it's not as like, fucking a kick to the nuts if you do kind of,
I'm gonna be real with you. When I first jumped into this game, it was very confusing.
Yeah.
Like, just to know what was going on. Like, if you jump into a random game, like you said, it's not as user friendly. Well, back then it wasn't as user friendly. Maybe I might come back to play this, but like, you don't know what the items do. Everybody already got certain guns that they know works.
Right.
Unless you look up like tutorial videos before you actually play this. Anybody that's brand new, they just be like, you know what, this looks like an interesting game. Let me try it out and download it. You're gonna get your shit rocked by the community that's already been playing it. So
yeah, this is not like your DVDs. This is not like your other games that, like, in the sense of, you can get in there and be okay, right? You can, you can kind of, but even I would say, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, DVD is fucking almost impenetrable at this point. That's very much where kind of this was. And I think that they've made it a little bit easier to really kind of get into. And again, I like it because it's something that you don't see a lot of. You don't see, I just got fucking tapped right out of the sky. Like, the dude just domed me. But you don't see gameplay or games in this genre that are in this era, right? I love the Western era. I think it's a really cool, time frame. They add a lot of like different elements where, like, again, you have like burning, you have all these different zombie types. Like, it really does PvE extremely well, and their extraction portion of it is very different than your typical, EFT or, gray zone warfare. Like, you're getting out with your person, like you yourself and the traits that you have, versus being like, oh, I got to get out because of all my gear. Like, the gear really doesn't matter as much as you leaving and getting out, so that you can progress your hunter. And the new map is fucking cool as hell. Like, it's I'm gonna try to get to where you can see it in the daytime, but the new map is like this big mine, and there's like this huge mine shaft in the very middle of the map that you're going through, and like, you have these close encounters, because that was another problem with the game before, is you'd have a lot of like all these encounters that would be outside, and you may not know where you got hit from, right? Because you might got, and so now, like, they're kind of like forcing you into this little middle area where it's very close quarters, and there's all this kind of shit going on, and there's these zombies attacking you, and it adds some chaos to it. So maybe that's also too why the community is kind of hating it. I'm really trying to see outside of just
from everything that I'm reading. While you guys have been talking, I've just been kind of scrolling through like the negative reviews on Steam, and a lot of them are just complaining about the UI. Apparently, this new update, the UI, they did like a rehaul on the UI, and it made everything like doing one action from the old UI, where it used to take like one click, now it takes like 3 or 4. They're saying a lot of people are saying that like there's a lot of bloat on the UI
like
UX.
The out of game UI, like
no, like the in-game UI, like the in-game UI and shit, like pulling up your pulling up your characters, doing basic actions inside of the game.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, because it literally is. I mean, I remember playing that, and like this is a little bit different, where you got to hit the map to go see your traits, but like. I mean, it's literally a scroll mouse wheel. It's hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
All I know is that people are saying UI is terrible. A lot of people are saying that there was a ton of issues with like connection, getting into games with people, inviting people wouldn't sometimes do. Like, when you invited somebody, sometimes it wouldn't actually put you in a game. It would just continue to load. But honestly, like. I also like I'm looking at the Steam DB forum, right, and like they hit an all-time peak of 60,000 players the other day, like 7 days ago. So
update, like a big update. So
they went from a max of 24,000 players to 60,000 in the matter of like a day.
Well, they also launched with a free week or free weekend.
With a free weekend.
That too, yeah.
I think that a lot of people that came into this are kind of like, well, you know, they're maybe not used to it. I don't know, but I don't know if people are bitching about the UI. To me, I like the new UI system. And again, I get it. I'm not the fucking one that's been playing the game forever, but like,
that's what I was about to say. Is like you're brand new to the game, so you've known nothing well, different.
I played it before. I mean, it's not like
but you played it once or twice.
No,
like you didn't mean like this fucking game.
I put a couple days into it. I mean, I've not played it fucking as much as I've played like League and stuff like that.
I'm just saying you haven't mainlined the game. You didn't put enough time into it to be like a fucking like what's called like know exactly what you're doing with the UI. Changing up a UI on a game that's already done, already done and sold is stupid. That's a terrible idea.
It is a little odd.
I mean,
especially for a game that's been doing well. Like if you want to bring your game more life, add different content and change things, but you don't need to touch things that aren't broken.
Yeah, it's so bad that like Crytek actually, or who was it? I think it's Crytek, right? Crytek, the developers.
Yeah.
Crytek actually have come out and said, yeah, we fucked up on the UI. We're looking into it, but it's kind of hard coded, so we don't know what we can do. You know, it's one of those situations of like,
let people fucking be dumbasses and bitch about something that's so stupid, and they'll get over it. Don't worry, they'll fucking move on. Like, what did you say their numbers are at now? 60,000, right? And that's in what were they before?
No, their peak was 60,000. I think they're back down to like 20 right now.
I mean, I can't like. I'd be happy with it and say fine. I don't think that people fucking left because the UI is trash. Like I don't know, man.
I mean the hardcore people I highly doubt are gonna leave, but yeah, like the people that have been playing it might not play it as much. Yeah, you might lose hardcore like your long term player base for sure.
I guess I don't know. I mean, again, I liked the game. I think I had fun with it. Again, I get it. I'm a newcomer to it, but that's also too what I think they're trying to do. Like, you need new people that are new blood and fresh blood to come into your game. Otherwise,
you need casuals, or your game is gonna die.
Like
so their 24-hour peak was 40,575. Right now they're at 21,534. So
I tell the few 15,000 that I guarantee you were probably people that were just here for the free weekend and then bounced, or whatever else. Fuck off. Like, I don't know, man.
I don't know about that. Most of like the negative reviews, like this guy had 2,000 hours. This guy's had.
I guarantee that dude with 2,000 hours is not going to stop playing.
Probably not.
Probably not.
He's not.
Regardless if he continues to play it, he has a bona fide issue with the fucking UI.
I'm not saying that he can't have an issue with it.
He still deserves to complain about it.
I'm just saying that the people that are going on and here's, I guess, my thing. If you have that problem, there are forums, there's Discord pages that you can go on and talk about it, right? Places that the dev is going to listen.
Yeah, but that doesn't affect we've been talking for multiple weeks about the importance of being able to affect a developer with reviews, right? Yeah, look at fucking I'm trying.
There was Apex,
Helldivers.
Yeah, Apex, Helldivers 2. You know, all those, and they switched it. Like they were able to affect it, right? So like, yeah, they can go on Reddit and complain about it. That's not going to fucking fix anything.
You're talking about drastic things that, like, to put it in the same vein as this, it's like saying like, hey, I changed the fucking color of this box from fucking green to red, and everyone's like, God damn it, like what the fuck? Versus something like
nerfing weapons and then re-nerfing them. Yeah,
that's
100%.
It's
huge.
A huge
but UI is still a huge thing.
It's not
dude.
like they made your entire HUD go away, man. Like they just changed. Like you did. Like I get what you're saying. I just think that going and using Steam reviews to fucking go mostly negative because of a UI situation, that to me, I'm like, guys, you're taking this a little fucking overboard. Like Jesus Christ.
If you look at the reviews, it's obvious that there was issues. Like you don't get these kinds of get these kinds of peaks like 2,131 negative, 2,629 negative. Like you don't get that amount just for UI. There was obviously something else wrong with it. That's just the peak. That's just the one that most people are complaining about. Right?
I don't know. This is like it's. I'm just seeing stuff like this dude's got 385 hours in it, or this person, and they're saying this is by far the worst UI I've ever seen. Are you okay? Like who hurt you, man? Like who made it that bad?
That's the core mechanics of the game.
Crytek here,
the bandwagoners, because it definitely, I'm sure it is probably worse than it was, but it can't be that bad.
My thing is, has the core mechanics of the game changed?
No, it's like it's the same shit.
There's really not much I mean, granted, I get it, but in my opinion, there's really not much to gripe about. I get the understanding of the UI has changed, but
I'm more shocked that if they've acknowledged it. And what they said, they can't change it back because it's hard coded into the new.
I don't know. I forgot what they.
I don't understand. Like I can't imagine a UI is going to be like, hard coded to where
I want to see if I can pull up the fucking old UI because I swear to God, dude, like one of these reviews on here again is 900 hours, and this person said leaving a bad review until they revert this atrocious update and the terrible main menu UI. Don't buy this game until they fix it. So you're telling somebody in your fucking community, you're telling somebody that could be coming new to your community that you should not buy this game because the fucking menu UI is trash. Like this is the kind of stuff that I think is fucking dumb. Like why would you tell people not to come to your game? Like think about what you're saying. You're saying don't play my game, which means the player count drops, which means Crytek is going to say fuck it, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to touch the game anymore.
I told people to not buy Helldivers because they were trying to force me to do 3 seconds and
that's
sign
different
up for
than a fucking UI update.
I'm just saying.
That's completely different.
Yeah.
Like this is like I don't know
what you see as important might not be what other people see as important. Again, it's one of those situations of like I don't understand the ideology behind changing a UI on a game that's been going now since 2018, right?
I guarantee
like 2016, 2017, somewhere around there.
I'm sure it's all the new players, or not the new. I'm sorry, the old players. And the new players, I'm sure, had nothing wrong with the UI, to be honest, because they
probably not because they don't know different. Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, it's all the old players who are complaining about the UI, I imagine. So I mean,
what's going on with YouTube?
I think they get a right to at least say something because. Again, like we said, changing a UI is kind of crazy. It's a bit of a like if it was a fine UI, why change it? Just change your overhaul what you want to.
No, I don't disagree with that. Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's definitely being blown out of proportion. I think. I mean, it is a weird change, but I can't imagine like just give it a bit of time. You'll probably get used to it.
To me,
tweak it a little bit.
I don't disagree with you saying that changing the UI is. In an old game is daunting, right? But we're about to talk about a game that fucking decided to change nothing and import a new game mode, and that's not the right way either. But I
agree with you.
I don't think that going in and being that to have the audacity to say
critical,
don't fucking buy this game if you're new to it. Because of the UI, you're killing your game. Like you're killing the game that you enjoy and you're putting time into, because this isn't a single player game. This is a multiplayer game that revolves around people playing it, and you're over there telling people not to buy it. Like just take a second and think about it. Like that is stupid feeding stupid.
I mean, you're not wrong. When you put it like that, you're not wrong, because it's almost like
entirely within
people,
their.
It's within their right, but he's not
right
wrong.
To call him fucking dumb. Like
he's not wrong with what he's saying because at the end of the day, if you tell people not to purchase the game just because of a menu UI,
it's
now when they don't, it is self-sabotage because if you don't have enough people playing the game, they're not going to support it. So I agree with what he's saying. I get that.
But overall,
it's within their right to bitch though. I get that too. So
overall, the game is fun. It's a lot different. Like I said, it's a Western style extraction shooter where you have these tense moments. The sound profile in the game is amazing. Like I will say, like I've never played anything that has like this good a sound in it, and it's really, really awesome. Really cool weapons. Again, you don't have all these crazy abilities or things like, you know, Marvel fucking Captain America shields in Fortnite and boom berries or whatever the fuck they're doing there.
All right. You slack off on my Fortnite now. Slack off.
Here's I don't want to drag this on too much longer, but here's one from somebody that has 2,319 hours on record. He's going through. He's made a huge one. To make it worse, almost all means of earning in-game currency by playing are gone. The only reliable remaining system challenges is getting increasingly more grindy despite constant player feedback. Crytek also seems to have done some extensive research on and come to groundbreaking conclusions. Event means player spikes, and that is why the base game has been inaccessible for almost a year now. They're using events at beta to test new features, which never get hotfixed. Community has requested separate non-event queues, but that falls on deaf ears. Quite possible is that they cannot do the 10 EUR mark on separate matchmaking. I have no fucking clue what that means. FOMO practice in horror level, timed battle pass progressively more grindy weekly to earn BBs, event limited skins. I'm sure that's probably in-game currency. He goes on and on for this, like a lot of stuff. So like I said, the game has issues. The game has issues other than the UI. That's just predominantly the most people that are saying is UI.
Those are all valid. Those are all valid things, and I completely understand that. It's just mainly the UI bitching. I would just say again, like, look, the game is it's $30. So I think it's a little, it's a little steep. The game's
a little pricey for a 2019 game, like a game that released in 2019.
Yeah, sure. The game's been out for a while. You know, it is, it's definitely a little expensive. I mean, I would wait for it maybe to go on sale, but again,
I think it was like $19 over the weekend as well.
Yeah,
I think they had it on sale.
They usually do it on sale. It goes on sale sometimes for like $5. Like you can get it pretty cheap. You know,
I've thought about picking it up on occasion.
It's fun.
But it's not one of those games that I would really play a lot. I would go in and play like an hour and be like, okay, I'm good.
I mean, I don't think it's a game that you mainline necessarily, but you definitely, if you want to kind of get in and have a different style of extraction shooter or something kind of BR-esque, like, cool, that's what this is, and it's a fun time, right? And you have a good time. It reminds me of DBD. I'm not gonna get there and mainline the fuck out of DBD because I'm not a masochist.
Yeah.
Same thing here. I'm not gonna fucking mainline this because I don't hate myself enough to mainline this, but it is a good time every once in a while to jump in and
I don't understand how you compare this to DBD.
Because Dead by Daylight's community, we talked about this 2 weeks ago, but Dead by Daylight's community and just the overall kind of gameplay and how many people think things they've added to it, it's not easy to get into anymore. Like it's not one of those
a base like kind of
so it's not a casual friendly game.
Is that
like DBD is very hard to be casual friendly? Yeah.
So okay. I'm saying
I get it. I thought you meant the actual gameplay. I'm like, I don't understand.
No. I'm talking about like jumping in and like for somebody to mainline the shit out of that game. It's you know, it's tough. Like that you got to have some kind of like deep seated things. Like people that mainline that game don't even like that game. Like, you know, for DBD. So yeah. Awesome. So let's talk about another game that me and Enigma played. They did actually announce this on the show, on the, what was it, Future Game Show, I think. They announced this, or a Gamescom, and it's a little rough, needless to say. So Vermintide 2 added a new mode, I guess. I don't know what you would call this.
Yeah, so essentially this, I don't know if they're adding this into the actual game as like a new mode or if this is going to be like a separate entity, like a separate game or whatnot. I think it's going to be a new mode, if I'm not mistaken, just because of the fact that like you technically, I think you have to own Vermintide 2 in order to play it. They've just made it so that it's like an open beta week or an open beta weekend or whatever.
Is it a separate, is it separate on Steam or something, or is it within?
No, it's nested inside of Vermintide 2 to be able to get into the beta. So I'm assuming it's a different mode inside of Vermintide 2. But yeah, they've been talking about like having like a versus mode in Vermintide for a long time. I believe they were talking about it in Vermintide 1. I don't know if they actually had one in Vermintide 1, but I've been saying for a long time that I think it would be cool to have like a versus mode inside of Vermintide where you had like people actually going up against other people, like having either one person or a group, you know.
Yeah, I would have loved to have joined you guys and just trying this out because
you wouldn't
actually,
you wouldn't have.
Oh boy. Really?
No, it's bad. It's really fucking bad. No, it is really fucking bad.
I love versus in Left 4 Dead 2. Like that was one of my favorite things to play.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 is awesome.
That's why I was like, this sounds like a great idea. I mean, this is essentially Left 4 Dead 2 in the medieval times, you know. But
it's far from this.
No, this is
sad.
Rough. So
it's sad that a game for Left 4 Dead 2 is how old now? I mean, it's pushing years, right? Like that game has been out for years. It's really sad that a game from back then got it right, and with this they can't. Like it is.
Dang.
Well, and I think that's a little harsh. Okay, so I think that they can get it right. I just don't think they have it right now.
Sure
we talked about it last night when we said that I think that a lot to do with the how bad this feels and just like the sheer amount of like I don't want to play this came from just absolutely zero balance between the two factions, right? There is a huge imbalance between the human or the human side of things, the actual players, right? The heroes, right? And the Vermintide, like the monsters and everything like that, right? It seems like there's a huge discrepancy between those two. Just in the case of like, if you have a ranged character, which like they do have like the elf and a couple of like pretty much all of the heroes
all have
have
a
ranged option.
They all have range of some sort.
Those are so imbalanced in comparison. Like if you have even if you just have the elf, she can snipe people from like
super far away,
hell a long distance away, right? And it's just one hit, just boom, you're done. Gone.
Is your game look botched like in the gameplay right now because of your ultra wide? Is that what's going on?
I mean, it's fisheye if that's what you're talking about.
Mine didn't look this bad. Yeah.
Well, that elf just sniped you. Yeah. Yep. I saw that.
And my next question is like, are you? So in comparing to Left 4 Dead 2, you played as the special infected. In this, are you playing as that, or are you playing as like the fledglings? And
you're essentially playing as the hero, units of the faction of the Vermintide faction.
Yeah,
the rat people. There's also
not the grunts.
Yes, so you're playing as like the plague throwers. You're playing as the.
I know it may not seem like that because we get fucking tapped every second. But
yeah, that's why you guys seem super fucking weak. Like now, granted,
you are.
You were only really strong in Left 4 Dead 2 with like the really tanky guys. You know.
Well, no, you were even as a tanky guy. Like I played as one of the ogres, right? And I could not get close to them. Like they're ranged, the ability to have ranged on their side. They threw like 4 bombs at me, a fucking flame bomb at me, like shot me like 4 times. And by the time that I got within melee range of them, I was already a quarter health, and they one shot me essentially.
You know the thing too is like, I honestly feel like the maps are gonna make this really hard to balance because they're so open.
So we also found some stuff out about this. Apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not. This is just we found some information on Reddit. We found some information on the intrawebs about some of the reasons, some of the things that people are pissed off about. Apparently, the versus mode, the difficulty is recruit, which that affects things a lot because like some of these like special units like the assassins or like the rattling the guys that grab you, right? They require a horde. Like that's their entire thing is like they show up when there's a horde to be able to go in from the back line, take out somebody or do as much damage, then get the fuck out, right? Like that's their whole the assassin, that's his whole entire ideal, right? Is like jumps in, jumps out, gets the hell out, right? If you don't have a horde, like if you don't have a decent sized horde to be able to take these, to be able to like clump up on them, you can't do that. in recruit mode, you don't have that. Like the hordes, the most that you have on hordes is like maybe 20, and they're so easy to kill. It's like one shot on everything, right?
God,
So
melted. Jesus.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I'm really hoping that they can balance this a little bit better. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if there's maybe they need an option for being able to customize your characters on the Vermintide, on the rattling side, right, to be able to have like more health, better protections or something like that.
Do it very much like how Left 4 Dead did it, right? Like they don't like we were questioning whether or not people were coming in with their already pre-existing characters that they had been playing for Vermintide 2, which I still think I can't answer it for sure, but it definitely something doesn't, aside from the recruit thing, something feels not right. Like it just felt off. But they could make it to where the characters don't spawn in and they have to find their shit. They got to find abilities. They got to find
that's
items.
I don't think they're going in there with like builds that you already had, because like when I first joined in, I had to make a new build for everything, right? So like I had to go in there. I didn't have any equipment or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is that we don't get any of that as the Ratlings, right? We don't get any customization. It's just you're a Rattling gunner. That's what
you get. Quick question: did you guys play long enough to play as the human side to see?
Yes, we did. Yeah. So the whole deal with versus the whole deal with versus is you play as each side. So one round you're playing as the heroes, the next you're playing as Rattlings, the next you're playing as heroes, the next you're playing as Rattlings. Right.
So when you was playing as the humans, you was fucking them up then.
Nope.
Not necessarily. Nope. No, I don't know, man.
We got fucked.
I feel like we went up against some people that have probably been playing this for quite a while and knew what the fuck was going on as well.
That could have been what. And
it's very possible that we just suck. Like it is very possible that we just sucked. But like I don't fucking know, dude. Like just
but there are
just the sheer amount of complaints that people have when it comes to like how OP like ranged builds are in this. Like there's no way to get around it. Like again, you can't play a Rattling against somebody with range and not expect to just die. You can't get close enough.
Yeah.
So I've got another question then, because so now as the Vermin, what's the extent that you can play out of bounds, or can you even play out of bounds?
You can. I mean, so like you can there. Like I was up on a ledge. You can crawl up over some walls and things like that.
So the Rattlings can kind of do whatever the hell they want to. If they want to go in front of the heroes, they can go in front of the heroes. So yes, you can set yourself up, and that was what I was trying to do with like the Rattling gunners. I was trying to set myself up in like advantageous points. Towards the end of this gameplay, I had one spot where I was behind a cart. I was peeking out. I'd mow them down and then peek back in and reload. And I was actually doing pretty good. I was doing a decent amount of damage with that. But like, even then, they threw a grenade at me and I died instantly. Like,
See, it's just like,
there's nothing you can do.
Like, maybe it's just this map specifically, but like compared to Left 4 Dead, like it was so hard to kill some of the special infected because they were able to flank in and out of like close corridors, buildings, go up on top of rooftops and everything, and really get good sneak attacks and all that. But this is so open, and that's why I feel like ranged is just so OP, because
it is. Yeah, it is.
They can 100%. See you from miles away.
Well,
and there's nowhere to really set up.
The other thing too is like if you look and see like there's a couple times where it's not a lot because we got destroyed, but there's a couple times where like I would do damage. But it's like 0.2, like right here, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. It's nothing. Like it doesn't feel like
it's very low. I with the Rattling gunner, I was doing like 1.5 damage each time I hit him. And granted, I have like 350 rounds, right? But a quarter of those are gonna miss just because you have to be so far back to not get hit, right? I think I at most on my Rattling gunner, I took somebody down from like full health to like a quarter. And that was with me doing my goddamn best to aim as well as I could, right?
It just gets smoked. It's I don't know, man.
Yeah, you got one tap. Jesus.
I don't know, man. I am willing to 100% willing to admit that it was probably a little bit to do with the fact that I fucking suck and I haven't played this game in a very long time, right? But at the same time, I do feel like there's an imbalance issue going on, right? Like there was definitely a situation where like you get one shot and like they're saying in chat, the archer, the sniper, she can hit you from clear across the map. She has an ability that she can use that it she doesn't even have to aim. Pretty much, she can just hit you from clear across the map.
And I think that, you know, maybe they could, like you said, like pump it up. So like right now you're looking like there's not a lot of like vermin on the field right now. Like it's not.
And that's the biggest issue. Yeah. Attention. Like that is the biggest issue is the like vermin, the ratkin, the whole deal with them is they're a fucking legion, right? Like they're ratkin. They don't do well 1v1. It's they go in there when they have a huge mob attacking you. And then most of these like hero units inside of the Vermintide or like the Ratkin and everything like that. So again, like you have your throwers, your globular throwers. I can't remember what they're called. Your grabbers. I can't remember what they're called. The assassins, everything like that. Like they need to have like opportune moments to pounce on their targets, right? And without that added benefit of having a horde, there's no way for them to do that. They're literally just running at them and then getting killed from range because there's nothing they can do about it.
Final question probably is: are you playing alongside like other AI special infected? Like, is it?
I don't know if you play alongside other specials.
No, they're real people.
They're all real people.
They're all real people.
The versus is everything.
Also add it. It's just so not just the players are the specials, like there also is naturally spawning specials because that's how again Left 4 Dead did, and that was great.
Was there one point where there was an ogre that wasn't us? I thought there was.
No, it's always it is 4v4 and we get to choose 4. Yeah, and there's never AI.
That's not enough special at one time, or like at one time it's like 4 special at once can be most. I don't think that's enough.
I don't know. There's some. I don't know. This is just. It does not feel good. Like it definitely feels like you ham-fisted a versus a game mode into something that just didn't need to be there.
I want to go back and try it again, but it's gonna be painful. It's gonna be extremely painful. Like just doing that one match, I was just like, I'm done. I'm so fucking done with this game.
I think it's a great idea actually. I think so. I think they just need to really flesh it out more and then really, like you guys have been saying, like they just need to balance it more and really
and I would feel
side of things.
I would feel worse if it was just me and Sin that were like this is imbalanced as shit. But like literally everybody that was on our team was like, what the fuck? Why are we dying so quickly?
Yeah.
This is imbalanced. Why the fuck are we why the fuck are we being killed? I peek my head out, I'm dead instantly.
It also doesn't help in the fact of like I picked the dwarf guy, what you're seeing, and I didn't realize like how bad Fisheye. I apologize. I'm seeing now like how badly it is Fisheye to fuck.
It's rough.
But
I like Quake Pro, but not like this.
But anyway, I picked the dwarf guy, and you know his whole thing is like building up this like steam and like you kind of like a flamethrower, but because the mode doesn't have enough of the rattlings, you don't really get to like if you pick the flamethrower, you're done. Like you're fucked. Like you're not gonna be able to have the right kit. So like I don't know. It's just I don't know how to.
It doesn't feel fully fleshed out. That's the best thing. That's the only thing that I can really say. Like it doesn't feel fleshed out. Granted, it's a beta. That's why I'm saying I am willing to give them the benefit of a doubt that like this is a beta. They're still trying to work on it. I'm not going to say it's the worst thing in the fucking world. I'm going to go into it and be like, I hope that they can balance it a little bit better.
Just wondering how long this was in development for. Like,
I mean, it's been in development, I think, for 3 years. Because like some of the stuff that I've been seeing, for like earlier alphas was like 3 years ago, like 2-3 years ago.
Just a game mode in development for 3 years, and it's.
I just feel like they could have given this to modders, and modders could have done a better job with this than what this
is. Honestly, agreed.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on the 3 years mark. I'm not 100% sure on that. But like I said, some of the
it is quoted in
the some of the complaints were like from 3 years ago. So that might be early alpha access that they just had out. But
and maybe we're going against cheaters. I don't know, man. It just like when we're going against,
I doubt it.
Fucking getting rocked left
hacking in Vermintide versus.
Yeah, I mean there is hackers in Vermintide. I'm not gonna lie, there is hackers in Vermintide. I don't know about Vermintide versus. I would imagine you could get the same hacks, but
yeah. Well, I don't know, man. You might be on your own. Maybe Tony, you can fill my spot because I don't know if I could fucking go back and play it because that was just miserable.
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
So, yeah. All right. Moving on to the last game. Also, real quick, I did want to just give a shout out. We did have a dev in our chat that's on the YouTube side. Cyrek, I hope you're pronouncing your name right. Thank you for stopping in. We talked about this game last week called Biogun. If you missed our discussion on it, you can head back to episode 132 or check it out on our VOD.
We've got a patch notes as well if you want to just go right to it over on the YouTube. So
there you go. And you can go check it out and take a look at it. But stopped in, said, thank you for covering it. And honestly, I just want to take a moment. Like, that's why we do this, obviously, is not
that's
only
what we're here
to,
for. Yeah.
To talk about games we're playing, but also talk about games that you guys might not have known, might not have seen, and give some coverage to games that may not get that kind of coverage. So huge thank you to Cyrac for stopping in. It's awesome that you took the time out to come to our show and say what's up. So ow, fuck, that hurt. I hit my hand. Ow.
Thank you, Cyrac. Ow, fuck.
It hurt. Okay,
it's great.
Let's talk about another indie game that I picked up, and then we'll move into the news. So, this game is called CyberCorp, So CyberCorp reminds me of Miami. Oh my God, what is I was saying it? Hotline Miami. Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Hotline Miami. It is a 4-player top-down, cyberpunk bullet hell-esque style game where you are upgrading your character with different abilities and guns and armor types, and then you're running through these different maps to essentially get more upgrades and more parts and level up your gun even farther. Or mech even farther, and kind of keep moving on. And you play as a character that is essentially an AI, like you are a VRing into this robot that is going out and kind of like fighting. I don't want to say crime, but it's like basically fighting crime. And cool premise, right? Really, really cool idea. And the whole thing here is like being able to get combos and get your meter up. You can see on the right hand side, like my combo meter is going higher and higher. So there's like an element of a leadership board system, and I mean, all in all, like the game, I really am trying to give good kudos to it. Like, I think it's a cool concept, and I think it can be fun. I don't think that it's really built for mouse and keyboard. If I can be 100% honest, like I think it is built for a controller.
Isn't there a warning at the start whenever you start it that it's meant for keyboard not keyboard controller? I thought there was. Maybe I'm thinking of another game.
Maybe I don't. But I don't think so. But the whole thing too is like you get these characters down to a certain level of health, and you can kind of do like this execution attack. And then you get to kind of pop in and you can kind of like warp around, but it's all about like speed and then throwing down all these different abilities. And, you can have like auto turrets, you have shotguns. The shotguns can have different like crit rates. And then you can do attachments that you can sell off. So kind of like a looter shooter. So
do you go into like little kill rooms, or is it like, was that just like a tutorial room?
That was a tutorial room. But the main game is like you're going into these like little kill areas. And you're, again, just like Hotline Miami, right? Like you bust into an area and it's just kind of go, right? Kill as many things as you possibly can, as fast as you can, and then kind of keep moving on. There's not a speed element here. Like you don't have to get like any kind of like, you're not trying to do it fast. It's just the more combos that you hit and do, and the more damage you do and keep kind of the kill meter going, the better your score is gonna end up being. The co-op in this I think could be fun, but I also think like there's a lot going on the screen. I'm gonna skip ahead here so that you can kind of see some of like the later stuff, but like there's a lot that kind of goes on the screen all at once, and it becomes a little chaotic. Like it is definitely one of these things where like there's a lot of enemies, a lot of gunfire, a lot of bullets, and so I imagine with 4 people on the screen at once,
can be pretty crazy.
It could be kind of crazy.
Kind of is giving me vibes of The Ascent, which is actually a game I really enjoyed a lot. And I always want to go back to that game, which is a lot of fun, but it just had some performance issues. But like it gives the same vibes. Obviously, the cyberpunk is there, but like the top down like aspect as well is there.
Yeah, and there's
cool.
The Runner also. I don't know if you guys have ever played that, but Runner was
Ghost Runner.
No. It's called Runner or Runner. And it's like, again, very cyberpunk, very in your face, kind of brutal, top down, kind of style like this. But again, I mean, you're kind of seeing the main point of the combat here, where you are shoot, boom, boom, shoot. It also has like an active reload. so it's like that's where I think the game gets messy because it's just like all of these extra things on top of it, and you're just kind of like trying to fucking sit there and like I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to kill things. I'm trying to keep my meter up. But I gotta like reload my gun. Then I gotta and again, I might not be the right audience for it. I'm sure that there is an audience out there that is just like I love this like action. Like I gotta keep hitting all my like just I don't know, man. I feel like this game is made for someone that has attention deficit disorder and just needs to see like all this shit on the screen constantly and just be hitting buttons left and fucking right. You know, like
yeah, it's like a cracked out bullet hell.
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, they do have in their description for their game easy to start, hard to master. So
I mean, yeah. So again,
right, maybe that's it.
I'm not saying the game is bad by any means. Like it's getting very positive reviews. It came out on the 19th, so like 2 days ago. It's made by.
There was more people playing it. There's not a lot of people playing it, unfortunately. But
yeah, it is.
I think that it was a bad release time too with Wukong, Black Myth Wukong coming out.
Yeah,
it's just
like this launched at not the greatest.
Yeah.
You know, you've got WoW. You know, you've got the Wukong. You've just got like a multitude of different things that are launching, and everybody is just kind of like focusing on that. I mean, this is their.
It was good though. I honestly like this. This is my style. I would actually probably play this. I might go and pick this up honestly because it does look like. I mean, it's got the cyberpunk everything, all that good stuff. The top down, love it.
What's up?
So it's almost like it reminds me of a top down like Contra. Like you know how
sure.
That's what it's giving me.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that for sure. Well, what'd you say, Scruff? You asked her how much it was.
How much it was? Yeah,
$13.
13.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Is that
that is fair?
Is that...
it's 10% off, so it's usually $14.99.
Yeah, it's like $15.
So that's what I expected, and that's pretty still decent. A fair price. Yeah, for a game like this. Yeah,
and you can actually get this and Raft for I think $12. But
is no. Raft people?
No, this is this and Raft for no. It is not made by Raft people. This is made by Mega Game. It's a indie developed, indie published game. It's done by one person. It's a singular person that made the game.
Crazy, man.
You know, so
I'm consistently impressed with the fact that we have so many developers out these days, like Vampire Survivors, a bunch of other ones that have come out recently that are literally just one, maybe two developers.
Wait, not Raft. It's Survive on Raft. All right.
That's the Raft from Temu. That's the Walmart Raft. Okay,
that's a little weird.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, it's Survive on Raft. But they definitely did you look at the title? Did you look at the screen on Steam?
Yeah, it says
big letters Raft, and I'm like,
even when you go to the buy, it says buy Raft, but then the title of it is Survive on Raft. It's that's weird. All right, little tangent there, but anyways.
But you can actually get both of them. I'm sorry, for $10. I don't know. CyberCorp again. I think it's a cool little game. Now you're seeing the upload system or like the upgrade system. So again, different guns, a lot of different like perks and things like that you can go in. You know, crit rate, all the different kind of styles. They have these things called cards, which allow you to like go in and say, hey, like I want better crit rate. I want more, fire damage and all this other kind of stuff. And then you also have like your I'm gonna see if I can find it where you can drop your like turret, like you get like turrets, you get all these different abilities and you can drop those. I don't know, man. I mean, again, $15, sure, why not? Or 10 if you buy it, I guess, on a bundle with Survive on Raft. You can get it for $10. So, but there you go. That is CyberCorp. If you want to give it a shot on Steam. CyberCorp. Yep, and it is in early access. All right. Let's move on. We've got some pretty big news to cover, and we want to get to all of it, especially with Gamescom and all the trailers and all that kind of shit. Gonna get some good discussion. But before we do that, let's talk about Twitch. We don't normally talk about streaming platforms. We don't normally talk about like the changes that they've done, and all those kind of things. But this is a big enough change, and they've had, Twitch has kind of had a lot of changes here in the last couple of days that we probably should bring up because I think it's important. It's going to affect you as viewers if you're watching us on Twitch. If you decide to whenever we get the affiliate button, decide to sub up to us on mobile at least. But they also decided to come out with this new drop in collaboration feature. Yeah.
So this? I mean, they've already had it kind of. I think this is their next take on that whole stream together thing that they released a while ago. Yeah. where you could like essentially do what this is saying is like go to your friends' streams, knock on the door essentially, and then they can pull you in. This whole situation though is a little weird. They've essentially made it so that like it's mandatory for one, like you can't really opt out of it for one, and on top of that, you can't like toggle it on and off. Granted, you do have the ability to like accept people if they knock on your stream, right? Like you have the ability to accept them if you want them on your stream and everything like that. It's not just gonna pull somebody on your stream randomly, right? But yeah, that's essentially the whole idea.
I wonder what the requirement is to knock on somebody's stream. Is it just to be
they've already said that they have it inside of that. There's certain you can essentially have filters on it, so you can have it so that anybody can knock on your stream. You can have it so that affiliates only can knock on your stream. You can have it so that like follower only, people that follow you, people that you follow, specific like favorited people, everything like that. So they do have
that system need to be in place.
Yeah, they do have certain things on it.
I mean, the option to turn it on and off, like I get, like it would be nice. It's always nice to have more options for stuff like that. But as long as you can just like have a selected list of who you want to knock on your stream, I don't see a problem with it. You just have to set it up. That's
I think the biggest issue.
I don't know.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think the biggest issue that people have with it is like if you don't set it up, it defaults to everybody.
And then that's the problem, right? It should be default on like nobody.
Yeah.
But even if you can't turn it off and on and it's default to everybody, they still, when they send a notice out, you still are able to just
you can deny
disregard it.
You can deny or accept it. Yeah, so they do still have the ability to do that. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm trying to play a knocking sound and it's not working the way I wanted it to. Oh my
goodness gracious!
Won't let you do that.
Oh man!
Just tap on your mics and just like.
It doesn't sound like anyway.
That wasn't tapping. That was clicking noises. But I got you.
I can't. So yeah, we mic. It wouldn't work.
We hear a lot from Zach Bussy, whatever his name is, right?
And he's basically that name saying, in a minute. Zach,
yeah, man, yeah.
Bussy.
He's saying this update is awful. Everyone, it basically forces it on everyone. The permission structure by default allows anyone to call. You can't turn it off. You can only pause for 1 hour or this stream, and then it turns back on every stream.
That's a weird feature to have, but not have an option to turn it off. Why?
Yeah.
They give you the option to pause it, but not just disable it. Weird. Okay.
Well, I watched someone stream with this, and I couldn't go and watch the other people's stream. Like there was no way for me to go see it just put them in their title and then it added them to the audio. Like I wasn't able to go and see. It's almost like a Discord. It's like they're trying to be a fucking Discord.
It's just a call. Kind of it's like a stream
That's
call
what
or
it
something.
Does?
Well, I don't know if it was just fucked up or not, but I'm just saying I was watching TP do it, and he had 4 other people in his or 3 other people in his thing, and it was like talking about this like drop in, but I could see their name down the bottom. I could click on their name and click follow right from there, but which I think is already I think that already exists if you just put them in the title.
Already exists.
Yeah, you just put them in the title. Yeah.
But I couldn't click on their stream. I couldn't see them. I couldn't like go to their Switch gameplay footage. I was just watching Teep in a fucking what seemed to be Discord call. Like that's what it was. So don't know.
So that drop-in feature is trash if it's doing that. Because my understanding is if it was like a legit drop-in, when they came in and y'all drop into each other's stream, like it pulls their stream up onto yours, almost like a multi-link feature or something like that.
That's what it should be.
Well, that was the original idea with Stream Together. That was that was the whole idea behind that, was to like the people that were using those off-site ones where it did the whole like opened up multiple streams on it,
because they
were trying to combat that because they wanted that to be their own thing,
their site,
and then it just never fucking happened. They they I don't know if they could just never get it done, or if they people didn't get it didn't catch on.
Feature wasn't totally thought out properly.
Wait, you mean that Twitch launches something a half baked and not fully thought out? The weird thing is,
like, it should have been though, because they've already had this. This should have been the way to make Stream Together right. This is their second try. So what went wrong again now, guys? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Who knows?
It is like everything with Twitch.
I'm gonna test it out tomorrow.
You know, people are gonna bitch. I think this one's being a little bit blown out of proportion, like saying this is like the worst feature they've ever come out with or whatever they were saying. That's, I mean, it's weird. The choices are weird that they made, but it's not the worst. I mean,
I think it's just the whole thing that you can't opt out of it. Like you just can't. Turn
I think
it
that's
off.
the biggest
Yeah,
reason.
You know.
Well, I think it would even just be less worse if it didn't just set itself to like everybody. Like if it was just default on nobody, fine. And then you can create a list of people who you want to be able to knock on your stream. Fine.
Right.
That would be fine. Why not? But it is odd. No, I won't lie.
Yeah. Well, again. Well, so to me, I'd be more pissed off not about this, but about the fact that they did this, and then also, they upped the price to $7.99 for mobile stream people on mobile to sub to your stream, which is
now is this
fucking wild.
Or is this
only mobile. No, it's mobile.
Only Apple or all mobile?
I'm almost 1,000% sure it's mobile.
You know, because I'm questioning this because Apple obviously they take a stake in their
all of them
fees.
do. Google does it as well. Yeah.
Okay, Google.
Ridiculous.
I didn't know they did that. I thought that was.
So here's my thing, and this is just a question. This is a little off topic of the drop-in feature, but according to subs, do you guys think that the Nitro, isn't it called Nitro? The feature where you actually
Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
pay Nitro, you pay Twitch
Turbo,
the $15. Twitch Turbo, you pay them the $15 so you could just watch everybody ad free. Is that worth it in you guys' opinion? If you watch a lot of streams, I could see it being worth it, yes, but it's not giving the actual streamer revenue anymore.
Yeah, that's the biggest situation that you really got to kind of think about is like, do you want to give half of the money to the person that you want to support, or do you want to just give all the money to Twitch and not reward the people?
It's underhanded business,
from
bro.
A base just viewpoint as an entertainment source, I'd say it's worth it. But as a viewer, but as like a supporter of an individual, like that's what you're saying. Yeah,
Bro,
like,
it's another subscription, bro.
At the same time, I would never fucking do that just because of the simple fact that like Twitch manufactured that problem essentially.
Right.
They made it so that people had more ads, and then we're like, oh, well, now subs don't do that. So, you know, if you want to go and get the turbo, now you're going to be able to do that. Pay us more money. And then you don't have to watch the ads. Oh, by the way, we're adding even more ads into our ads. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're adding even more ads.
It's ridiculous. And I'm so null and void to it now. Like if I get like an ad bomb, I just tab out or I walk away. I don't even care anymore. I'm over it.
To answer your question, Tony, for someone like me who does it for work and I have to watch like streams for work, having Twitch Turbo is definitely beneficial, right? Because it's my job. But I am obviously a very slim minority of the people that need Twitch Turbo. But I mean, you know, you are essentially like, it comes down to whether or not you want to support your streamer or do you want to Twitch, you know?
Right.
So,
yeah, I get it.
You know,
stupid feature in my opinion.
Twitch obviously needs it. They're struggling. They have not met their profit margins. So give Twitch all the money you can, please.
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna do that regardless. But it's you know, I don't know, man. It's one of those things too where you mentioned like just tabbing out. Like I have literally been able to break their whole like ad system by just basically clicking multiple different streams until you find one that doesn't have an ad, and then you go back to the original one and it will not show the ad. Like,
see,
I've
tried that, but you know what it just does? It resets the timer for me. So
now you just hinted fucking Twitch onto it. Now it's gonna get fixed. Good job.
That's it.
Well done.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
but it is
staff in here.
It is brutal whenever you get to that point where it's like you have like 3 minutes or 5 minutes worth of ad. There was one that I watched or I was going through a couple days ago, and I was hit with 19 ads, and it totaled up to like almost 12 minutes. And I was like,
I was going to say, I've had like 17 minutes before. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've had about 15 minutes before.
Brutal for it. So, but I don't think that that's going to go away anytime soon. But there you go. You know, Twitch is upping it. So, I mean, I would never sub on my phone. I would always just go to the platform itself and sub. That's where I would put the sub.
Oh,
Agreed.
But before
speaking of, yeah, I was gonna say speaking of other workarounds. Yeah, speaking of other workarounds, if you don't want to sub on fucking mobile, and you're a streamer like us, right? Just have a fucking sub button in your description that goes to the what's called the desktop version.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, bro.
Yeah,
that's
not gonna last.
We'll see how long that takes for him to patch it.
But
But
very long at all. So. All right. Well, you guys ready to get to fucking Gamescom? I'm ready to get to Gamescom. We had so many new games that dropped. You guys ready for it?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Ready as I will ever be, bro.
Let's go.
I'm not feeling the hype. I need to feel the fucking hype. I need some something. Give me something more than just let's do it.
Woo! Let's go.
Whoop-dee-doo. No, I'm just playing. I really want to see this because I was on vacation.
Okay, you know what? All right, well that's
Just
fine. We'll let it go. I'll let it go this time, but next time you guys better be fucking more excited. This is bullshit. All right.
I don't know what he wants. Yeah, I don't know what he fucking wants from us.
I want nipple rubbing.
You want Macho Man Randy Savage over in here?
I've seen Tony do a hell of a lot worse things for Fortnite.
I am not rubbing nipples. It's almost midnight. Hell no.
It's the cream of the crop rises to the top.
Please, Sin, can I ask you, do you have a games list to go over for us? Like, just read every single game that there was announced.
You fucking know it, buddy. You fucking know it. Thanks to Eurogamer.net, I got the games that came out during on opening night live for Gamescom. And if you're unfamiliar with Gamescom, we are talking about the convention that is happening in Cologne, Germany, where this is basically industry. Like this is the EU E3 kind of, except it is what E3 used to be, which is basically just like industry and all that kind of stuff. So I always love Gamescom. I think it's one of the better conventions of the year. We get a lot of really good games and trailers and all that kind of stuff. So
it is now. It is a lot of the other ones kind of went to shit.
Yeah. So all right, this was everything that was launched on Gamescom. We're gonna stop. We'll go over titles that we want to talk about and review, but the fucking first one, fucking Borderlands 4. Dude, when they dropped this fucking teaser, and especially because the movie is just trash, I was sitting there going, bro, they're the most brilliant fucking marketing company I've ever seen in my life, or B, they are so out of touch that they have no fucking clue.
I think it's the latter. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's the latter. Yeah.
Dude, okay, hear me out. Just hear me out for a second. What if they knew that the movie was going to be so fucking bad that people were going to flock to the games to kind of cleanse the palate? Because people are not going to stop playing Borderlands. So they're like, yo, we just dive even further into this game being garbo, or this movie being garbage, and we're going to fucking just have the games. Like, we're going to up the sales, because the sales of the games skyrocketed.
I think you're giving them way too much credit, bro.
I think you're giving Randy Pitchford way too much credit.
I'm just saying.
I feel like you're saying that Randy Pitchford is smarter than everybody actually knows that he is, and that's not very smart.
Well, is anybody excited for Borderlands 4? I mean, we didn't get a lot, right? Like, this was no gameplay.
I mean, I was going to say, we literally didn't get anything. Like, we literally got the bare minimum fucking Skyrim treatment of like an expanse and then a fucking title, right? Like, that's all we got.
And I wasn't too big a fan of Borderlands 3. I don't know if I'll really get into.
We liked Tiny Tina's.
I was going to say Tiny Tina's was good. Yes. But this is not that.
Mobley Dick, bro. I'm never gonna forget Mobley Dick.
You can't forget Mobley Dick. We love Mobley Dick.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm there with you, man. Like, I was always a fan of the Borderlands series, which made me even more mad about the whole fiasco with the actual TV show, right?
The movie.
The movie, yeah. I'm semi looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm like, I already know that they're gonna fucking it's just gonna be Borderlands 3 over again.
But is that bad to like? They're like Borderlands has got.
Borderlands 3 was pretty rough, man.
No. I'm not saying to redo Borderlands 3 or like. I'm saying like the Borderlands formula, if it's done right, works, right? Like it's done well, you know.
100%. Yeah, like you said, Tiny Tina's Adventure or whatever it was, the D&D one was actually did a really seemed like it did really well. I didn't purchase it because obviously they went down the whole route of fucking exclusivity on Epic Games
that's
Store,
also
which
biting them in the ass.
that makes me laugh like crazy. Fucking Randy Pitchford 4 years ago, like, yeah, fucking Epic's gonna stick it to the man, and now he's crawling back to fucking Steam 4 years later.
Oh god.
Yeah, that makes me laugh. That makes me laugh a lot. But
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Hey, look, I love looter shooters. I like Borderlands. I think the games are fun. If it's done right, great. I mean, I'm hoping for like a more beefed up version of, you know, Borderlands 2, which in my opinion was probably the best Borderlands that's ever come out.
Agree.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I don't, and to be completely honest, like I can't tell you what exactly it was about Borderlands 3 that I didn't click with. I just didn't click with any of it. Like the entire game just didn't fucking do it for me.
And the planetary traversal.
So
really
it might have been.
It was the traversal, but at the same time, for me, I think it was the villains. Handsome Jack just did too well for the second game.
True,
like
Handsome Jack is like the ultimate villain.
Yeah, he didn't do it for me. I was just like, I don't really.
There's like a rumor that he might be coming back in this. So
I mean, that would be the only way that they could save it. Honestly,
I think this is one of the things where it's never worked when you are satirical about, you know, content creator like streamers, and like they went super heavy into Borderlands 3 and that being like, oh, we're streamers.
Well,
like it just doesn't work.
And they went down the wrong route of streamers too. It was like they leaned too heavily into it, and I felt like that was just, I don't know. It didn't come off as satirical. It just came off as annoying.
Well, that's like
it really did.
I mean, streamers can be annoying though.
I don't know.
They can be.
I don't know if it was. Yeah, I'm looking at 3 of them. If I don't know if it was.
Shit.
If it was Spider-Man or Miles Morales, but one of the main, I think it was the first Spider-Man, but like the side story shit was a streamer, content creator, person, or whatever else. And I 100% of that game, and I hated every fucking part of that. When I saw it, I felt like this is a slap in the face. I fucking can't stand it. I don't know. That's just So I'm not a big fan of them doing like, oh, we're streamers. Like, we get it. We're fucking streamers. We're there's a group of us that are really fucking weird. Like, but that they don't speak for the rest of us. So anyway, I don't know. Borderlands 4. I'd be interested to see how many people wishlist this, and how many people.
I mean, it's come back to Steam.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. I think it'll do well.
I think no matter what,
it come back to Steam.
Yeah. No matter the movie, I think it'll do just fine. I'm sure.
All right. Oh God, we can skip this, right? Nobody gets. Tony, please don't play Black Ops 6, bro. Come on,
bro. Nah, okay, you can skip it. I don't want to.
I mean, if you want to see it, we can talk about it. But
I don't want to talk about it because I don't like the movement. I'm just being rude to you.
You don't like the omnidirectional.
So you don't like the movement, bro?
No. Ever since Call of Duty kind of turned this whole movement based stuff, it's kind of like I know when it's time. I'm an old man. It's time for me to just hang up the reins. I'm no longer the young kid that's on Adderall and coffee and shit.
Cracked out Timmy's.
That's what we said.
And shit.
When they first announced it, we were kind of talking about it, and I was saying, I think myself and Scruffy were saying that like it feels like Call of Duty is in a constant state of like catching up with the rest of the fucking gaming community, like the gaming development community. They're just like 6 years behind because like the movement. I'm just like, dude, we've had that movement now for ever. Like, why is this suddenly a huge thing for fucking Call of Duty?
It's because they don't know who they want to listen to. They don't know if they want to listen to the fucking the Zoomer Gen Alpha fucking crowd, like my kids, or they want to listen to like their original fan base that again boycotted last week's
built their game.
Yeah, built everything for them and really like it. Like I go to watch. Like, here's what I'll say, and you guys know, I mean, I'm not an avid Fortnite hater, right? Like, I don't mind Fortnite. It is what it is. Like, I can go, okay, calm it down, calm your tits, bro. Just chill out, Tony. I can go and watch Fortnite and go, okay, cool. Like, I know what Fortnite is. I get it. Like, they add some different, like, here, you go now, and if you watch like Warzone now, I swear to God, it's like watching something completely. It's like you hit a nail on the head, Tony. It is like watching like this Adderall, like G Fuel, fucking just ridden, like
crazy.
just it's insane. So especially whenever I hear somebody bitching about UI on fucking Hunt, and I'm like, go look at this fucking vomit on your screen.
Oh,
like
Modern Warfare 2 and 3 had the worst UI ever.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Atrocious.
It's terrible.
But they didn't change it 4 years down the road.
Yes, they have. They've made it 1,000 times
on new games, not on the same game.
Fucking bad.
It might as well be the same game though, Enigma.
I mean, true. That's true.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's terrible, and I don't get at this point the ideology where people are just like, yeah, I'm gonna buy into it. My fucking brother, he's like, yo, you're gonna play COD, right, bro? I'm like, no, I'm not playing COD because they do the same shit every fucking year, and it's the same garbage, and it's just year after year after year. He's like, no, it's different this year. I'm like, dude, come on.
It's always different the next year, right?
Get it for free or some shit. So be like, I got the game for free.
I mean, if I play it for free, yeah. If I can play it for free, not on Game Pass, sure. But I'm just
and then he'll fucking love it. He'll be like, "This is the best game ever. I love this shit. I love this movement. It's amazing."
And I'll say the only thing that I might play is the zombies on Game Pass. And of course, if I'm playing zombies, I'll try the multiplayer. But
if the Warzone is free,
I really didn't want to play this game mostly now because of what they shafted us on the mod MW2 remastered mod. Really pissed about that still. So it's really put a salty taste in my mouth.
Well, what if you put a salty taste in a goat's mouth? Would you like that? They I didn't even know.
That sounds weird. And
I'm saying, man, Ghost
never utter that again, please.
Utter. I see what you did there, but oh my God. Goat Simulator Remastered. Is this, dude? Let me ask you a question because I am. I am. Is this a game that like people really clamor over?
Goat Simulator? For some reason
I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I've never got it.
Every time I boot up Steam, that's the first recommended game to me. Every time, like, it's Goat Simulator. I don't understand.
Goat Simulator was the original like brain rot.
It's like a meme game, right? It's like I thought that's what it was. 100%.
I mean, it's all like parodies of stuff. Like, I think this literal like image we're seeing right now, is that not the once Detroit Human guy?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it looks like him. So I imagine that's probably what that is. And it's just a big parody game with a weird ass goat doing GTA shit.
Let's watch it. I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. So
is this? I don't understand where and why this thing. Chat, is anybody in chat?
Hold on. Rewind that just a little bit.
Okay.
Did you see what that said? Cash grab penitentiary.
Oh, that's where Sin's locked up in.
Cash grab penitentiary. God damn it. Holding for cash grab crimes against gaming. All right. I mean, yeah, I don't know. This is just I don't know who this is for.
People who like goats.
Is it really people that like goats? Like,
I've never you hit it. Play it, but it is.
You hit it on the head. You hit it on the head earlier. It's literally for people that just don't have anything else. It's a brain rot.
It's a brain, yeah.
Bro, I just saw Anduin that like had like a early. This is fucking Skyrim. This is Detroit to Human. I don't know what the fuck those cops are.
Yeah.
Is that
what
the fuck is that game when you getting pulled in the cart?
Skyrim. That Skyrim is to pull in the cart.
Skyrim, yes.
Skyrim. Yep.
Grand Theft Auto, yep.
I don't know if that's Assassin. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, this is just what Goat Simulator does, man. Like they just take popular games and remake them in Goat Simulator.
And they're just supposed to be like goofy, weird.
Yeah, it's goofy. I mean,
brain rot, goofiness. Yeah,
I've watched people play before. It's funny. I won't lie. Like some of the stuff, the gimmicks, like I get a kick out of it, but I just don't ever see it's a game I want to play. I just don't.
I don't even know how you play it. Like,
I don't know.
Is that a goat doing pull-ups?
Yeah, bro. That's from Red Dragon.
Oh
that's
my
that movie.
God.
Yeah. This is crazy. Is this motherfucker about to be in a Hannibal Lecter I bet he is. Dude, this is okay. What the? Dude, this is so fucking weird. Oh, Scruffy, I feel like you would play this. I don't know why, man.
No,
I just feel like
I've never had the urge to, man. It's just, I don't know. It is just really weird. I just don't see a point in it.
Wow.
Really.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well,
I don't know.
We showcased Goat Simulator. All right.
Wait, that's just
we didn't need to. We really didn't need to.
No.
Yeah, we didn't.
They announced Persona Reload 3 Reload DLC. I know a bunch of people are happy about that. Dying Light the Beast, which is another DLC coming out.
That's actually, I believe they're making it into a full.
No, this is
game.
Yeah, this is Dying Light the Beast is a new game. It's a brand new game.
Be a DLC.
I thought, yeah,
but they've decided to make it a game, like a separate game.
Yeah.
So it's its own. I know it's like 20 hours. Its own. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep.
They Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, King of Meat, another stuff. It's like Fall Guys, Stumble Guys. Like it's just, what the fuck, man? This is the
I'll
genre
be playing
that's
Sparking
out there.
Zero. Yeah.
Was there anything on here that you guys wanted to kind of see? I don't know. Room in Hell 2. We got some more footage on that. Which we've talked about before in the past.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that once it comes out.
No More Room in Hell.
Yeah,
No More Room in Hell is
man.
dope, dude.
That is. It was such a brutal.
If you've never
zombie, if you've survival, dude, it's tough.
If you've never played it, it's kind of like Left 4 Dead, but like a little bit more realistic, a little bit more
realistic, more brutal.
What's the word I'm looking for? Like customizable. Like you can customize your characters a little bit more and everything like that. So like with their builds and everything. This is supposed to be actually a lot better than the last one too. Like from what I've heard, it's supposed to be like
the last one's like old now.
Yeah, it is. This one's supposed to be like a open world, like an open world MMO almost.
Oh,
like
so more along like State of Decay kind of vibes.
Yeah, slightly. I
State
think
of Decay is very arcadey. This game is not, like we said. This is more on the realistic side of.
Okay, I might give this a shot.
Yeah, man. There are tough games. They are not easy, but it's a lot of fun.
I remember when I first played this the first time with a couple of my buddies that I was doing internet radio with. I had a guy that like in the first one, if you got bit by zombies, you would actually turn into a zombie after a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah, that's how it worked. Yeah.
Dude straight up was like, bro, you got bit. I saw you get bit. I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm good, dude. I didn't. He's like, no, I saw you get bit. I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, dude, I never got bit. And then he fucking nailed me right in the face with a shotgun. I was like, dude,
broken because of this game.
So it is multiplayer then, yeah?
It is multiplayer.
It's co-op. It's more so, but yes, this one looks like to be more than the first though. It says 8-player permadeath co-op. With the open world. I don't know how the permadeath. That's interesting.
Cool.
Well, it's like run based essentially. So like you go into like a huge open world and you just go through.
Though.
It's still run based, but it's like an open world from what I understand. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, Arc Raiders, bro.
Yeah. What is
this?
Been
waiting to see more of this. We saw this like a year or so, or a year and a half ago. I don't know what showcase it was. It is another looter shooter. We got vibes of like, I think. Like Destiny at the time, it was supposed to be.
It's a fucking. They turned it into a what's called a extraction shooter now. Yeah.
Oh,
so no more looter shooter.
Well, it's a looter. Shooter.
It's an extraction shooter. You looter extraction shooter.
So
but
it's more like the cycle now.
I guess I'm not sure. I just
you
remember
that
you
would think that you get a trailer and it could explain it, but I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of this.
They updated it. They updated it recent or like a while ago and basically stated, "Hey, we're going down the route of
I think I remember that now.
A looter shooter." And I was like, "I'm good. I'm done." Before that, I was like, "Yeah, I'm 100% in this."
Bro, this is Nexon. Holy dude, Nexon is pumping fucking games out left and fucking right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would have loved to see some gameplay.
Yeah,
would have been nice.
I mean, I don't know what
we've seen none yet.
They showed less in this than they have in their past gameplay trailers.
Yeah,
wow,
they did.
That sucks.
They did drop during this NetEase is doing that one, but Marvel Rivals official fucking launch date of fucking December 6th, and we get Bucky and we're getting Captain America. I'm so fucking stoked.
Early access, right?
What?
Early access, right?
I don't think so. I think it's full launch.
No, I think that's full launch in December.
It's full launch December 6th, and everybody and all heroes are free, bro. Fucking let's go.
That
Banger.
is crazy to me.
Banger. I'm just saying.
That's actually really good too.
So good.
Only thing I can say is if they release if they will release Cap with his current broken bullshit where he can literally just deflect whatever the fuck he wants to and it's not an ult, I'm gonna be pissed. Like they need to fix that. That's ridiculous.
Because you're gonna get pissed.
I'm probably gonna be, bro. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like a little
Warhammer Space Marine.
We're not watching footage. We got enough of it.
You will watch it, sir.
No, we're not.
Click on it. You will fucking click on it.
I'm not clicking
right fucking now. Click on it right now,
okay,
bro.
Tony, I got a question for you.
Yes.
You are the Smite player, right? And I'm not clicking on this one either, Enigma, so don't worry about it. But I'm just asking, have you played Predecessor, or what are your thoughts on Predecessor?
Never. I've never played Predecessor. Oh, you talking about? Oh, no. That's Paragon. I'm thinking of Paragon, not Predecessor.
Well, it's the same thing.
It's the same.
It's the same thing.
It's the same
what?
Thing. It's the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm clicking on it. Sorry, Enigma. I'm clicking on it so you can see it.
I have played Paragon, yes.
Okay. Do you know the story of what happened to that game, Tony? I don't know if you.
No, I just stopped playing it.
Got
I never
shut down,
looked
and
back.
then the rights were kind of like just like sold off to like anybody can like use their engine in their game, and so multiple people tried making the game again. Like developers, there was like 3 of them at one point. I think Predecessor was the only one to live on.
They didn't really try making the game. They just tried reselling the game as it was.
Well, that's what I mean.
Minor details.
Essentially the same game.
Yeah, but
this is a fucking waste of space, honestly. Like, I don't understand why we're still talking about it.
I did play this.
If you played Paragon, then you've played this. But they've updated. I mean, to give it its just desserts. Like it's not terrible. Like it
wasn't terrible. You know, I played terrible.
Enigma, I think we should go back and give it another shot, man. I mean, I've played it some more recently, and it's not bad. Because I mean, we can't, because League.
What have they done?
League destroys.
They added like characters. So, that's about it. Like, what have they fucking done? It's still the same fucking game. Literally nothing has changed.
It's not Smite 2 where I'm getting charged for the exact same game. At least this game's free.
I mean,
Smite 2 is free too.
Yeah. Have they gone and like surpassed
it is.
what the base game was?
Yeah. I mean, they've they've
added their own content now, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, they've added a bunch of new characters. And they took out like the card system and shit. All right. Cool, I just realized it's fucking. We got 25 minutes. We got so much to go through. Path of Exile 2, bro. This is, and we're getting it.
Yeah, you guys talk about fucking what's it called Marvel Rivals. I'm like, fuck Marvel Rivals, bro. Path of Exile 2 is gonna be much better. Fuck Marvel Rivals, bro. Path of Exile 2 is where it's at, bro.
I'm not denying it, but how appropriate is that Diablo's fucking shit launches like toward the end of October, and literally 2 weeks later, Path of Exile is like, you know what, Path of Exile 2, go ahead, you guys can fucking have early access to it.
Well, how bad is it that World of Warcraft, their biggest like addition to their new update is like, hey, you remember that stuff that you asked us not to put in anymore? You know, puzzles. You know how you guys said, hey, we don't want any more puzzles. Or did Diablo, yeah, I'm sorry. Diablo 4. The community has been telling them no more puzzles. We hate puzzles. Stop doing puzzles. Right? What does Diablo 4 do? Hey, by the way, we're doing an entire day, like dungeon dive where it's gonna have nothing but dungeon dive and puzzles. We know you guys want that. You're welcome.
Stevens is still enjoying it. He's still playing quite a bit of it. I mean, I'm happy for it. I'm sad that the game is not where it needs to be. But dude, Path of Exile 2 is gonna eat. As painful as it is, I think it's gonna eat fucking Diablo's lunch, dude.
It's 100%
we've said that from the get, man. I mean, it was always gonna be that way.
Tony, have you played Path of Exile at all?
I have not, never played them.
You should, as someone, because you played Diablo 4, right?
I played Diablo.
Yeah. You should play, and you can. And listen, your bitch ass can play it on a controller, so you can't.
Don't be hating. Don't be hating now. Don't be hating. Just because I'm a controller, man.
I'm just saying.
It's time.
You are a grown ass man. It's time to start to put the controller down.
No, never.
I was sad about this, dude. I loved what we saw with Dune Awakening, but we're not getting it until next year, which is sad. Did you guys see Reanimal? Did you guys see this the footage that was here?
No.
This actually looked really dope. Okay, I don't know why we don't need all this. But it's essentially like it gives me like Little Nightmares vibes. If this is the one I'm talking, if this is the one that,
it just said it was made by the
I
people
want to
who
play
Little
this.
Nightmares.
If it's giving me Little Nightmare vibes, I want to play this. Yes.
Yeah, so this is like Little Nightmares 2, the developers of it. So that's obviously why. But this isn't the one I was thinking of. But this does look really good. But it's this like side scrolling hide and I don't know. I call it like hide and seek kind of style. I never played Little Nightmares. You did, Tony?
I played both. Yeah, them shits is so good, bro. They're so good.
Is there any combat in it, or is it just like literally running?
So it's mostly running and hiding and puzzles, like trying to figure out, and it's horror. Like there's a lot of horror aspects to it. Like the story, it is a story aspect, but you don't really pick up on it until you get a little deeper into it. But Reanimal reminds me of Limbo. Limbo, Little Nightmares, and then there was another game just like the Inside. Thank you. Yeah, those games, the horror aspect is just too good. Like it's just great. I'm gonna get this. I'm definitely gonna pick this up.
Genshin Impact's getting a new thing. We got a lot out of Monster Hunter Wilds. They actually did a good amount of footage on Monster Hunter Wilds.
You will fucking click on Monster Hunter Wilds.
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Fucking do it.
Yes.
You will fucking click on it right now.
I'll keep going right now. I'll just keep going straight down.
You fucking passed over.
Look, here we go.
You passed over. You passed over fucking what's it called? The fucking two.
This is
Path of Exile 2 for Reanimal.
We watched Goat Simulator though.
Yeah,
we watched Goat Simulator and Reanimal.
You got these like tentacles coming out of your arm, dude. The guy that hates the person that hates us talking over one another is gonna fucking go ape shit.
Oh my gosh, we've done the worst on this cast.
All right, yeah. So Monster Hunter Wilds. How long was this fucking trailer? This is okay.
This was like 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes. But I think they also had some more gameplay. They had some more gameplay later on.
Yeah.
But they showed off some new monsters, which is crazy. There's one I hate it. I can't fucking do it. The spider.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a fuzzy spider too.
Yeah.
They did such a good job with the movement too. It freaks me out just watching it, dude. Like they did such a good job with it. I think they did show off the main settlement as well, if I'm not mistaken, which looked really, really good. They also featured the camp system, I believe, like setting up a new camp, which we knew it was going to be open world, but essentially they're making it so that like you can set up camps wherever you want to now, rather than having to like find specific camp locations, right? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, bro. I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Have they addressed? Is it in fact an MMO, or is it just an open world style Monster Hunter?
It's an open world Monster Hunter game with drop in, drop out.
So just like
so it's
world.
Okay.
Not like World, because World you had to be inside of the the main settlement, I think, in order to pop people, unless you did like SOS beacons, right? This from everything I understand with this, it's drop in, drop out, seamless, drop in, drop out. So you can just join your people. They have NPCs as well. I know we got a comment on one of our shorts from before that we were covering it, where I had said that they have offline NPCs, and they had kind of taken that as like, oh, they have offline play, right? And so this is going to be an always online game. We don't know that. All I know is that they've basically stated that you're going to be able to use NPCs for single player. So that's all that they've told us, right? That's all we know. But they have confirmed you will be able to, instead of like having to call SOSs for other players, you have the option to either call players or call NPCs rather than just players. So that's huge. That is huge for people that don't necessarily want to play with other players because they're trash sometimes.
100%. So my only gripe with Monster Hunter World was the fact that you remember when you played, especially if you started playing from the very fucking beginning, you could not join your friends until they got to a certain point, or they got to see the monster first and all of that bullshit.
I'm really because they changed that with Monster Hunter Rise, right? Like Rise, you could join if I remember correctly, you could join your friends whenever. You didn't have to wait for them to go through like the cutscenes and everything like that. So I'm hoping that that won't be the case, and with them stating that it'll be drop in, drop out, I'm hoping that it'll be just you drop in, drop out whenever the fuck you want to. It's not going to be a walk behind anything.
This is going to be so good. I can't wait. Yep.
I hope this is the Monster Hunter that I can get into, because I have tried Rise, I have tried World, I have tried.
I think if you would just get into World and like try it and stick with it, you would like it.
I think that's the same for me. I think I would enjoy World.
I've done it. I think the thing that like what Tony is talking about is one of the things that kind of turns me off a little bit to it.
Probably
because it is like, you know, this okay, somebody else plays. I notoriously played with Pika, and Pika fucking no life some this shit, and would get to a point where I'm like, God damn it, you know. And so
I mean that is the problem with Monster Hunter games. Is like if you have somebody like myself or like Pika that play it really like exclusively and play a hardcore and you know get all the stuff and we're max level or whatever by the time max level by the time that our friend is like level 2, like obviously there's nothing you can really do about that other than just having a separate character for when you play with somebody else, right? But
right.
I don't know. I think that having the NPCs is going to help, because at least at that point you have players or NPCs that are the same level as you, so you don't feel like you're overpowered. You don't feel like you're being carried. Yeah. But that's always going to be an issue with Monster Hunter playing with other people. So unfortunately, that's just how it goes.
Unless when people join the monster. And scales. Monster either gain scales, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
They won't do that, because like that's the thing with Monster Hunter is like the monster is always hard. It's always for the specific level that monster is. It's always going to be that difficulty level.
Have they scaled the players in the past then, like joining?
They've never scaled players when it comes to joining your party. The only thing that they've ever done with players is like added in sets of equipment. They give like new players better stats and everything like that. That's the only thing they've ever really done in the past in Monster Hunter World, at least, to kind of help with that like introductory period, right? So,
gotcha.
Yep. All right, there you go. I clicked on your game. Leave me alone.
About fucking time.
For purposes of getting through the rest of the stuff, I mean they announced a bunch of other stuff. Monument Valley 3, we had new Civ 7 stuff. The Starfield got their DLC announcement. Secret Level, which I know we've heard a lot of people, and I just want to go ahead and like Secret Level is well, here we go. Literally somebody ask about it. So J.Deep in chat is asking, did you guys see the Secret Level Amazon Prime series? So let's talk about it. Let's go ahead. We were about to mention.
I'm actually kind of excited for it. Okay. To be honest,
I still don't know what it is. What is it? Like
it's a I think another episodic TV series, but each like I believe, don't quote me, each episode is like a different game, and they've got a list of games that they're already rumored to showcase. But it's made by the same people who have made Love, Death, and Robots, which is another episodic animated series, which is beautifully done. With
not A24.
Not A24.
Okay.
A24 touches it. I'm out.
What that show was like they had a huge conglomerate of like different animators who all worked on different episodes. So each episode was a different story and animated in a different way, pretty much. Some were short, some were long, some were funny, some were serious. It was beautifully done. And this being just made by the people who orchestrated that TV series really has me excited.
Is this kind of like What If?
Games.
Like in this, I mean, What If obviously is all in the Marvel genre, but
I don't know. I don't know like what the games go over, like if they're just in the same universes.
There's no way that they're not in the same universe. No, not at all. Because like if they're doing Sifu and fucking Warhammer. Like
no, each episode is its own game. It's not they're trying not combine them.
That's what I'm saying. If they're gonna try and like say that it's in the same universe, that's gonna be weird. I don't see how they're gonna do that. But
I mean, each episode could be with that game could be of that story in the same universe.
Yeah, I get that. I understand what you're saying.
Well, then what?
But that's what he was saying is like, is this going to be like What If, where it's all in the same universe?
No.
They're going to try and push that in.
Saying no to.
No, I was saying that like what if is in the Marvel universe, but like each different stories of like, hey, like this was what if this would happen. they connected it obviously because of the multiverse and the MCU and all that bullshit.
Because it was the multiverse. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, like, if this is just kind of like, hey, 30-minute episodes, you know,
It's just like side canon.
Yeah, or whatever. But
maybe, I don't know.
I mean, here's my thing is, I mean, the reason that shows work, right, especially like episodic content shows, is because there's some overarching connecting thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if this is something where I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna go, I want to go watch this because it's got, oh shit, like Mega Man on it, and okay, I'm gonna go watch that. Or oh shit, I want to go watch the Space Marine one, like,
right,
you know,
it's like it's got something for everybody almost.
My biggest thing is like, okay, I get where they're coming from. Like they're trying to hit like everybody, as many interests as possible, right? But it's like, if you're gonna put like we don't have that many Space Marine action flicks, like cartoons, whatever you want to call them, episodic shows or anything like that. Like they're trying to do a Space Marine show coming up. But like if you're gonna put that much effort into it, like do the full season. Like I want to see more than just one episode.
I get where you're coming from, but if it's based off of the love, death, and robot thing, then I really believe that it's just going to be like short.
I've literally never watched that.
It's just
so
gonna,
I think
it's literally just gonna be side stories.
Side stories, short side stories. It's not going to be something like in
it looked like they had Cyberpunk in there as well. Cyberpunk 2077. So yeah, I don't know.
Possibly, I don't know. Well, it's just I think it's gonna be great. I think it's just gonna be a little taste of like, you know, games that we love, and it's gonna be beautifully animated, hopefully very well crafted stories. I think it's pretty good.
When is this dropping? It's happening
December,
right?
December.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
We're getting some information in chat from courtesy of Jay here, saying that Blur Studios is ran by Tim Miller, who directed the first Deadpool movie. So they're the ones who are going to be handling this.
All right, well, it's gonna be perfect.
So already that's a plus.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Plagued. There's another person in chat asking what the A24 slander is. Don't ask, please. We already don't have enough. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough time.
Fuck them. Bro, you like A24, you're a fucking piece of shit. You know it.
We don't have enough time. Move on.
God, your own this is not time for this.
You also go buy crumble cookies and think they're the best ones in the world, you douchebags. I'm just saying. Oh my
god.
All right. Age of Mythology, Towerborn, Delta Force got a early access launch. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I know a lot of people are fucking hyped about that.
I'm excited for that. Yeah.
So really dope there. And I think they showed actual gameplay. Though. Yeah, it got delayed to February. But we got gameplay footage. Honkai Star Royal. All right, I'm going to show this because I know that Enigma, we talked about this a little bit, but this is the new Batman Arkham VR game. Tony,
VR game. I'm playing it.
Yeah. Do you have a Meta Quest?
Do you have a VR headset?
I got an Oculus. Yes.
Okay.
No, nice. I think this is built for the Oculus, isn't it?
Yeah, it's built for Meta Quest 3. Yeah.
Nice.
So, I mean, a lot of people are kind of upset because they're like, "Oh, you're doing an Arkham game, but why not? Why not do a full-fledged Arkham game?" It's because they're still trying to survive or kill the Justice League. Good
luck.
But I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, this is
I think it looks good. I think it looked pretty nice. I think for a VR game, like a Batman game, I think it looks smooth, at least.
It looks like something that's gonna make me throw up. Like that combat when he's like zipping around, and I'm like, oh
maybe,
my god, I'm gonna fucking puke.
Yeah, it depends.
So, but look, VR. I want VR to succeed. I think VR needs.
That's my biggest thing.
Need a lot of love, man.
I think eventually it will. I don't think there's a chance it's not going to. But no, I don't think it's just gonna. It's not gonna fade away. It is the future of gaming. It needs work.
It needs work, and it needs to be readily accessible for everyone to be able to use.
The biggest issue that we've always had with VR games is just like the cost versus what you actually get. Never fucking lines up, right? So I'm really hoping that this game right here is actually going to be like a decent fucking cost for what you get, right? Like if it's anything like Batman Arkham Asylum or anything like that, like that's going to be great. But I highly fucking doubt that.
I don't think we're there yet, to be honest.
Yeah,
especially with cost of games going up too. I just VR is an expensive like sector of gaming to get into. Or it can be. I know there is some affordable ways. But to be in VR comfortably is expensive.
Oh, you're getting a Little Nightmares 3. There you go, Tony.
Hell fucking yeah. Let's go.
It's co-op, isn't it? It's co-op. It's giving you two duels, like 2-player.
I guess, yes, maybe. I don't know. Once it gets a little bit
sure.
closer.
It's the friendship trailer.
Okay. Do we want to see, guys? We really have 7 minutes to get through.
We really don't have time.
We're not gonna get to the future game show. Let's just stick with the fucking Gamescom and we'll talk about next week.
Next week. Bro, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. I give 2 fucks about Peter Molyneux. I think he loves A24 movies. I know he fucking does.
You know what? I cannot wait till there's a day that an A24 movie comes out and Sin secretly loves it. But
he won't do it, man.
Anybody.
Yeah, he won't tell anybody. He won't. Yeah,
not tell anybody. But he watches it every night.
Did you guys see what this was though? The whole Masters of Albion. It's so Peter Molyneux made like Black and White. He's
supposed to. It's like a god game, isn't
Fable.
it?
It's basically like a god game. But everybody, like when you look at it, you're just like, dude, you need to just stop. Go away. Like, you know, he I know for a fact that he is one of these people that just like thinks that he's above everything, and it's just like super deep. Again, like A24, super deep fucking like individuals in his games are super deep. Even when you watch the trailer and you listen to it, it is like I'm being told that like I'm smart. It's like you're like the person that is talking to me is being like, I'm really smart and you're really dumb, but I'm gonna tell you how to play this game. And it just, I don't know. It's a god game that is basically like a
you're selling me right now. I must have to play this game if it's
like you selling it to me right now. What's going on?
No.
What was that old one? If it was a dark and or no, it was Black and White, right?
Black and White. It's literally Black and White. Yeah. But like if you were to do hold on, God, dude, look at this. This is like the trailer is 4 minutes and this dude fucking spends like a minute and a half talking about himself. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Essentially, yeah, it's a god game, but it's like a city builder. But then you also take like your person out and then do like have combat. And you are the master of Albion. A lot of people thought first off, so they're like, oh, this is a fucking the MMO. Like,
yeah, so they're mixing Fable. So they're mixing Fable with like Black and White.
Yeah, essentially. With like city builder.
So it's a city builder, almost like Civ, but not against other people.
That's what Black and White was. Black and White was a slight city builder. I mean, it had city building mechanics to it, but yeah.
Like, do we not like this right now because of the guy, the Peter guy?
No, I mean,
could this actually be a good game?
I think it'll be good.
I think it'll be fine. Cool. It's
the problem. The problem is going to be if Peter Molyneux has anything to do with it, he's going to overpromise and under deliver. Yeah. That's just what he does.
He's like he was Todd Howard before Todd Howard was Todd Howard. Like he is.
He was He was the No Man's Sky before No Man's Sky started. Yeah,
right.
I'm not even gonna flex. I might just play this because you can pick people up by their arms and fling them around.
Yeah, you can. Like
if you like that, go play Black and White.
Yeah, seriously, play Black and White.
Is that the game I'm
you can. There's Black and White. You can literally pick people up and like shake them, and they scream in pain. And like anguish.
Oh wow!
You're a god, and then you basically have the ability to but like you can do whatever you want to him. But now like this, like you inhabit this person, and then now you can go out and do combat as that person.
Cool.
Again,
cool.
The concept behind it is really cool, but the problem is that Black and White, and like I said, like Peter Molyneux has a problem that it is just I don't know, man. He makes things pretentious.
Over promises and under delivers. Yeah.
Very, very pretentious. That kind of thing. But like this, like you can build, again, you're building a weapon out of like bread, and then you can put like
that's weird.
A sword and a blade on it.
Weird.
I don't know.
That's fucking weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It could possibly be good, but who knows with Peter Molyneux behind it. Squid Game got a mobile. I didn't even know Squid Game was still a thing. Like, okay.
Oh, the next season.
I think the next season's coming out. Yeah.
Well, they got a mobile game. Arena Breakout Infinite got. I think they got their launch date.
Yeah, I think so.
Or early access.
The game just came out.
Early access, yeah. But it's got a lot of
that's full release
yeah.
coming. So early access, I think, is out.
Yeah, dude, this fucking game, bro. Oh my god, this game looks fucking good. No, get out. Go.
I thought you were talking about Diablo. I was like, get the fuck
I thought you were talking about Diablo too. I was about to say what?
it's this. It's the first Berserker.
Just got baited.
Kazan.
Kazan. Yeah, this does look really good, actually.
So it's in the DNF universe, which DNF is Dungeon Fighter, right? Universe. Again, I don't follow the anime and all that kind of stuff. I do follow the fighting game.
No, there was an anime for this.
But but this game looks fucking badass. Again, it's a Souls-like. We're getting a lot of Souls-like. Okay, what I'm assuming it looks like it's a Souls-like. But the dude, what sells it for me is the fucking graphics. And again, Nexon, bro, Nexon is banging games out right now. Like it's nuts. So. But the graphic style of this, it's like this cell shaded anime, but like still realistic look.
This reminds me of a project that was coming out recently. It was called Project Barbecue.
Yeah, Project Barbecue.
I'm not sure if that's still a thing, because that was in Dungeon Fighter as well. That's what I was about to say. Is like that. I'm curious if that's what they just scrapped Project Barbecue and made this.
Yeah, it does look like Code Vein. It gives you a code.
It does.
I searched Project BBQ and that's what this came up. So
okay, so they scrapped. That sucks, kind of, because Project Barbecue was going to be pretty dope. It was supposed to be like a multiplayer.
I think that's what this is. I think that was just Code Barbecue.
No, Project Barbecue was completely different. It was supposed to be like a co-op, like almost a dungeon diver type situation with
people were saying that got canceled.
Yeah. So.
Well, I don't know, man. This thing fucking looks dope, dude.
I'm interested.
It's the graphics and also like the music that's being played, like that you're getting behind it is like you obviously can't hear, but it's amazing. Like it is fucking awesome. So again, if you're a Souls-like, or you're liking Black Myth Wukong or whatever, I think that this game will be up your alley. But I don't know, man.
You just said Code Vein, Tony. That I think this definitely gives me Code Vein kind of.
Yeah, it looks just like it. The shell
style,
shading, like the style of it.
I see that. And the anime style, yeah, definitely.
Yep. Dark and Darker Mobile is coming out. Flowtopia. All right. I do want to talk about this. And then we're going to talk about this because I know Enigma, and we cannot end the show without Enigma talking about fucking Mafia. So
dude, that would be funny.
This game.
We need to talk about Mafia though.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
Did you click on Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going to click on, we'll go to Mafia. Bro. This game, why are people hyped for this game? Why do people think this game is going to be good?
So here's the thing. Indiana Jones has a set fan base of people who like the games. Well, not the games, but the movies. Excuse me. This game may do well just off of the premise of Indiana Jones fan base. Like I'm not saying well, but people will buy it. Like I know people who is actually interested in Indiana Jones stuff. So
I like Indiana Jones. I grew up watching Indiana Jones.
Same with me.
Right.
Yeah. So
this looks dumb as shit to me.
This
is people is gonna buy it.
Their whole entire choice of making this first person was stupid to me, just because they didn't want to be known as Uncharted. So
that was dumb.
First person.
That was dumb. Yeah, that was very dumb. If they went off of that premise,
they could have made.
You know what they could have done with this? Made this VR. Like, make me fucking Indiana Jones in a VR headset. I'm back in.
Sure.
Like,
since they're making the game first person, they might as well made it VR. Like,
VR would have been the dopest thing to do, just because.
I also feel like, and this is probably just a nitpick, but like I feel like the voice actor that they got for Indy is like, I feel like they could have gotten something better.
Is he? Can I?
Wait,
he does not sound. No, he doesn't sound anything like Indiana Jones. In my opinion. But that could just be me again. Like I said, it could just be a small nitpick. I don't think so. No.
Your game went from okay to just bad. You don't use the original voice actor. What is wrong?
You want to know why I think this game is gonna fail? Is because of the price point too. This game is going for $70.
It is Troy Baker. Okay.
Yeah, you could kiss my ass.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it is Troy Baker.
Yeah. And I like Troy Baker as a voice actor.
Yeah,
like, I think he has a really.
I just don't think that I don't think he fits indie. Like it's just I don't know. Maybe and again that could just be the purist in me that's like, man, Harrison Ford is the only indie, right? But like, I feel like they could have had some other people that they could have fucking went with if they couldn't go with Harrison Ford,
Harrison Ford.
I know the reason they didn't make it VR now.
You told me like you said like, oh, all the indie fans, they're gonna love it, they're gonna But like this is like the same thing like Aliens. Like Aliens has their dedicated fan base that fucking love Aliens and will defend Aliens to the death, right? And I get it, right? But like
but Aliens actually has good games.
They have some, right? Like they've got some good games.
Hashtag not all.
Was so like
they have really bad games too.
I know Isolation was really good.
Isolation was really good. That's the top.
What was the fucking Alien Space Marine or whatever the fuck
I don't know why.
Yeah, the Space Marine.
Maybe
bullshit.
More nostalgia based. I was a fan of the old Alien and Predator games, but
I have heard that that the new Alien Romulus is supposed to be fucking dope though.
I've heard it's supposed to be
the movie.
Good.
Yeah,
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I gotta go watch that at some point.
Well, anyway, you get to play it on in December, and then it's coming to PS5 in spring. So.
I also don't get people being a bitch about that. Like they're like, "How dare you?" Let's like, please stop. This is ridiculous. Stop the whole.
Stop the cap.
Standing for the plastic box. Like you don't need to. It's ridiculous these days.
Okay,
guys.
well, how about we stand for old world, Mafia.
Yes. Please. I have been literally asking for this. Okay, I'm sorry. Tony, you sit there for a second. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I have been asking for this.
God damn.
He loves this, apparently.
I have been asking for this for fucking years, bro. Mafia 3, great game. Not saying it's bad. Awesome game. Wasn't Mafia. I'm sorry. It wasn't. You were some dude in fucking the Bayou going up against the KKK. Great premise. Loved it. You're not a Mafia member, though. I'm sorry. That is not a Mafia game. Mafia 2? Amazing game. Why did we go away from the Mafia? Why did we go away from the 1950s, 1960s, 1940s? Right? Like why did we do that? I don't understand that. Right? I am so glad to hear that we're going back to the old school style of Mafia. Not only the old school style, but the original Mafia in Sicilia. Right? Or in Sicily. I'm sorry. Not Sicilia. Sicily. I was looking at YouTube chat. Sicily, we're going back to the originals, and I'm really hoping that we're going back to like the original, like Don Corleone, and some of the like seeing the introductory story for those characters. I think would be a dope Mafia game. Like that to me would be amazing. Sorry, go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited.
You're good. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Why are you excited? Why are you excited about it? I mean,
so I'm excited about the game just because of the simple fact is I love the Mafia games. The Godfather game. I actually really enjoyed them. The very first one was really good. The second one was good. The third one, like Enigma said, it was good, but they went off the premise with it. They added characters from the second and first games, but the combat
they were secondary characters. That was the biggest issue that I had with it. Is like they were like a Mafia game, right? You're playing Mafia 3, right? But you're not actually in the Mafia.
So Tony, I can't tell if you're actually excited for this game because your level of excitement is just not to where Enigma's is at right now.
The reason I'm not excited, I'm not overly excited, is because the problem is for me, it's just a cinematic. I haven't seen anything.
It is.
I don't get excited over cinematics.
No, that's
anymore.
a very fair.
Very fair.
What was there was some kind of pushback or whatever else about it because of something that they showed that had like I don't know. I just remember seeing like a gun with a scope or some shit that they were just like, this isn't right. Like to some, I don't know. There was some kind of controversy. I need to find it. Like, I don't know what that was, but I don't know. As someone that's never played Mafia or any of the Mafia games,
you need to try at least.
First off, you're doing yourself a disservice for not playing Mafia 1 and 2 at least.
Okay, I'm really gonna piss you off
just
now
point
and
that out
say
there.
that. Like, I always looked at it and being like, what is this knockoff bullshit GTA fucking trying?
Wow, like, wow, bro.
I'm not saying that was little sin. That was when I was little. That was I'm just trying to understand. Is it really that like intense of a game? Like it's a really
good game.
Is
everything about it is just really good.
It's got story.
I'm gonna be real with you though. I think Godfather is better Just my opinion. That's just I'm dropping that just because in Godfather you could extort people, you could do all types
Tony,
of Godfather was
about
better.
this close, bro. You're about
just saying, bro. Just saying, Godfather was a better game. Just,
shit.
throwing that out there.
About this that close, Tony. That close. If Tony's not on the show next week, you know why.
Damn.
Okay.
Imagine you're not liking someone's game.
Might actually be in a mafia. All right.
Okay.
No, Godfather was really good. I'm not gonna lie. Like Godfather was extremely good. I grew up on Mafia though. Like I didn't play Godfather until after I had played Mafia 2. So like yes. I got introduced into Godfather after Mafia 1 and Mafia 2. So I don't know. And the new Mafia.
I was just saying, it's real weird, man. Your door's creeping and opening, and a guy is pointing to Tony, being like, "I got him." And like,
I'm about to get the garage.
I got you, boss. I got you, boss.
Yeah. Oh man. All right.
Gobbledygook, as I told you to say.
All right. I think we're done with the Gamescom, at least opening night ceremonies. I was hoping we were going to get to a lot more because there's a bunch of other stuff, but we'll get to Future Game Show next week when we have Bill,
we'll pop in next week
and the rest of the crew here. So because there's a bunch of stuff that launched at Future Game Show as well. But we do want to go into quick hits, right? These are things that are newsworthy, at least for you to know and update, and then but not for us to fully talk about. So some of the quick hits: Stellar Blade is coming to PC, which we all kind of knew that was happening.
We already knew that.
Yep, it is on its way for sure. So I will most likely buy that again and play it again on PC so that I can have it in ultra wide support and stream it. Final Fantasy 16, the demo is available right now on PC, and it's coming to Steam and Epic in September. I think that's what I just want to make. I have written down here: Final Fantasy 16 demo available on PC now, comes to Steam and Epic on September 17th. So yes, that is true. That is the actual case. So you guys can go.
I'm adding it to my library right now.
So Valve bans out a Razer and Wooting keyboard automation in CS2.
We talked about this when you were on your hiatus. Essentially, the Wooting keyboard had a like a cheat that you could like do movement, like you didn't have any like input lag between moving. And we said on that point, we were like, this isn't gonna fly. People are gonna ban this. Like this, there's no way. So
and then
BP predicts again.
For you, Enigma, you will be very happy and revel in this. Epic's battle with Apple and Google has cost them $1 billion.
Wow, I'm happy about that.
With a B. So
get out of here, Epic. Tim Sweeney, you're a weenie. Yep. Sorry, bro.
Xbox confirms the Game Pass tiers for standard will have to wait up to 12 months and more for first party games. They are testing out a new tier, and this is one of them that they're testing out. Sony is good.
I was about to say I wish Bill was here because I kind of wanted to ask like what the update cycle is for PlayStations, because I think it's only like 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know, but a year is fucking nuts. That is insane.
That's crazy. 12 plus, not a year plus.
Yeah,
in some cases.
And then Sony is being blasted for Until Dawn PS5 and PC price after leaking. What was the price?
So their price point for Until Dawn is like, I want to say it's like $50 for like a remaster. Until Dawn PlayStation. I should have had the.
It's $50 is what they're pricing it as.
So people are not happy about that because again, it's a
I think game, all other like AAA remasters typically cost about $50 too.
What was
I don't know why there hasn't been outrage before, unless there was. I don't know, but
what was Dead Space's remake?
There was
Dead Space,
I'm pretty sure that was
$60.
And there was a lot of backlash for that.
Yeah, Last of Us remasters were all I think 50.
Well, there's backlash for Last of Us remasters because they came out a year after the fucking game release. So I'm just
seriously. I don't know. Remasters are weird, man.
Yeah. And then we will actually talk about this next week, but they did leak the new operator for Rainbow Six
with Bill.
And we'll talk about that with Bill. It's a little weird. It's a little
it's kind of weird, man.
It's yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna break the game. And whatever else. But yeah, we'll talk about that. But in any case, guys, episode 133 is wrapped up. It's done. It's in the books. Put it down and go listen to all the other episodes. I told you it was gonna be a banger. I didn't lie. Like we went over time because we just had so much stuff to talk about. So really hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember what?
Yeah, no. I think
did you just listen, did you, I swear to God, did you just fucking interrupt my goddamn fucking outro because you wanted to be a dick?
So especially after he's like, hey guys, we gotta go, bro. I mean, I'm good, but we gotta wrap this up, bro.
No, I'm just,
y'all just sit right there. I'm about to go fuck. I'm gonna fuck Scruffy up. Hold on, I'll be back.
Oh god.
Oh man.
God damn it, bro. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Come check us out live. We do this every Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern here on Twitch and on YouTube.
Twitch.
I hate y'all. I hate y'all so much with a burning passion. Tony, you want to do a duo podcast? You want to just start with? Let's just fucking do a duo one.
Don't rope me into this, man. I'm not a part of this.
Tony's like, bro, I'm brand new. I ain't getting into this, bro.
All right, that's it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm done. You guys know where to find us. Go fucking check us out on YouTube and Twitch, and you can get us on all your podcasting apps. We're out of here. I'll talk to you guys later for the rest of the Pre-Patch Podcast crew. We'll see you next Thursday. Bye.
Later.
Peace out.
That's our outro fucking music. See, you guys fucked me up. There it goes.